Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek Cast 101. Make sure that's stopped. We call this one Dalmations or Death.
Woohoo!
Do you ever wonder why Dalmatians is like the stereotypical dog to have at a firehouse?
Why?
Because a lot of them are deaf and they can't hear the siren, so it doesn't scare them.
Huh. I actually did not know that.
There's a reason. There's a cool reason.
It's one of the problems with too much inbreeding.
I mean, in that case, Dalmatians would also make good canines, as long as they could do the takedown and all that fun stuff too. Because bullet shots.
They'd probably have to hear more orders, I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
A lot of them will still do hand gestures, but yeah, if the owner is not visible, then yeah, I could definitely see that.
Now, does a firehouse dog actually do any function, or is it just a dog they have around to keep people company and shit?
I mean, back in the day, they may have had a function. I don't know that they. I don't honestly know the last time I saw a real firehouse dog. It was probably 20, 25 years ago.
Gotcha. Well,
I mean, have you guys seen any recently?
I'm probably seen information, maybe, but I have no.
I know my firehouse doesn't have one.
No, I haven't seen one in years. But
they're probably used for finding the animal, or finding people who are trapped in the building.
Finding the animal.
Yeah, in that case, it's probably too much noise and rely on a smell.
Yeah,
true.
Well, once again to all of our viewers, Happy New Year! Woohoo! 2019, we ready to kick some major butt. I'm super excited.
We can't tell. Not at all. We can't tell you're excited at all. I mean, you just sound so me down in the dumps. I mean,
what? How dare you? Oh my goodness! No. So all my viewers here tonight, we're doing the book giveaway. I will have the question in the second hour. Please stay tuned. Again, you will get the book by Mr. Bazel called Open Source Intelligence and Research. The 5th edition.
That's right.
So get ready. I'm super amped. And let's take it away, Johnny.
Johnny.
All right. I don't have anything quickly to announce. I'm trying to figure out how my flight to B-Sides Tampa. I need to figure that out shortly. Let me see. Besides that,
are you going to see my favorite pirate there?
I don't know. If she shows up. Yeah, I will. But last year she only showed up for a very short time.
Aw. Well, if you see her, tell her BSD Bandit says hello.
Okay, nope. I ain't got much going on. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about, Pimp?
I don't have any conferences in the lineup yet for this year, so hopefully within next month that starts filling up a little bit.
Well, for myself, this month we have Labs on BSD Bandit and Security Illusions podcast. We're getting ready to do a dry run this week for Security Illusions. This weekend, actually. Painful. Dry run? Yeah, the dry runs. Yeah, you get rug burn. Well, in this case, run burn. But we're getting ready to start that up. And like I said, this year is all about tech and taking it back to the way hacking used to be. So we're just going to take it up another notch. My GameCube finally comes in on Friday, so that'll be part of one of the first episodes for Labs by BSD Bandit. Is turning a Nintendo GameCube into a wireless router.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm super amped about that. Yes. So new tech, new life into old things, new everything, retro even to a next level. I'm pretty sure you guys saw my Disney Afternoon characters.
I did. Those were pretty sweet.
Oh man, I'm loving it. I'm taking it back even further.
I recognize all but one. I think. Whichever one was on the far right, I wasn't sure who that one was.
Oh, that's Louis from Tailspin.
Oh, that was Louis? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Louis from Tailspin. Yes.
Nice.
I'm just waiting on my special friend, Kit Cloud Kicker.
Kit
The little kid with the little space hovering board. Yes, from Tailspin and Baloo.
You watch Tailspin pretty regularly. You saw the whole show, right?
Yeah, I watched the whole show regularly. I even watched the Jungle Book, which the characters originated from.
Riddle me this, Batman. Why is Baloo the only character in Tailspin that doesn't wear pants?
Well, because he's a bear and he needs to be free.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of other characters in that show. There's foxes and bears.
Well, Louis doesn't have pants either.
They all wear pants. Kit wears pants. He wears He wears those baggy cutoffs, runs to the knees. He wears like surfer shorts.
Well, Rebecca always had pants on.
She had either pants or a skirt. That's right.
Yeah,
but Baloo never had pants on ever, and he always hung around with an underage kid who he called Little Britches.
You know what? You know what? I can't. Well, maybe it was a message saying that pilots are loose. I don't know. I don't think of. He was delivering cargo all day throughout the show.
Yeah. He want to go deliver some cargo?
Hey, think of it this way. We create digital cargo all day, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us don't wear pants when we're sitting at home.
You know what? You are absolutely correct, because I have a no pants office.
Ooh,
that is the one rule in my office is there are no pants.
The level of sweetness.
And you wonder why there are no cameras allowed.
Yes, please. Let's keep that option always on. So with that,
we are the real Jungle Book.
There better be some amazing disinfectant in that place.
I know, right? Seriously.
Oh man, we got stuff that makes Agent Orange turn and run.
Yeah, can't be having butt chips on the chair. That's not cool.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, man. We're civilized here, man.
Now, without further ado,
I got $300 Japanese bidet. Okay, we do not have butt chips over here.
Let's get into the breach report. Breach report.
As we get into the breach report,
isn't that what we were just talking about? Breaching and
and
that's why I said that was a great segue.
That's right.
Feed my nipples.
I must say though, on the bidet side, a bidet is a must. If you've never utilized one, definitely think about using one. It's like $35 or something from Amazon, and you will feel 1,000 times cleaner.
A $35 one will do nothing but regurgitate your lunch. You got to get the $150 one that has warm water and the airflow and the heated seats. The Japanese have perfected the bidet. The French may have invented it, but the Japanese, man, those things are so smooth.
They are smooth, but to be clean, you don't have to go that far. Those are the more
but items. I mean, you can go down to Sears and get a power washer too, but
heck yeah, you can.
There's some elegance involved here. You know what I mean?
Any crustiness that you have built up over the years, that is guaranteed to get it off.
It's goodbye. So it's funny. A lot of hackers, their first experience with a bidet is getting a suite at Caesar's Palace.
Oh, really?
I've seen people look at that thing and go, "What the fuck is that?" And they fill it with ice and then put cans of beer in it.
Oh,
you explain to them what it is, and then they don't drink those beers anymore. But yeah,
I wouldn't either.
They make a good ice cooler. But I've had people actually say to me, "Yo, dude, what the hell is this thing right here?" And I'm like, "Well, I can tell you're single." Okay.
Nice. Okay, we'll go ahead and start hitting the notes. So breach
once
report.
More into the breach.
Yes, and this is going to be a very heavy ransom week. Ransomware. There we go. And
did you get the 9/11 hack thing? Did you get that one in there? Okay, good.
So yeah, that'll be the third one we hit. So, and since these are so large, I only have 3 total on the list for tonight, just because I'm expecting there to be some discussion around them. But first up, we will do the Tribune Publishing hit by ransomware. Now, this was fun because they were hit last Friday, December 28th, and Tribune Publishing oversees and owns a multitude of different newspapers. And so not only do they own those, but they occupy locations that also print a lot of other major newspapers. So just the ones they own that were disrupted: Chicago Tribune, Baltimore Sun, South Florida Sun Sentinel, Hartford Courant, Virginia Pilot, Daily News, Orlando Sentinel, Daily Press, The Morning Call, Best Reviews. And then other firms that were affected: LA Times, San Diego Union Tribune, and then West Coast editions of the Wall Street Journal and New York Times. So it didn't completely X them out, but it put them about 3 to 4 hours behind schedule on printing. And it's theoried right now that it is the RYUK Rook ransomware. They have the extension of .ryk. Back in August, Checkpoint, because they also hit a couple other things back earlier in 2018. Checkpoint theorizes that it's Lazarus Group, which Lazarus Group is North Korea, for attribution. And then this affected back office systems, which are primarily used to publish and produce the newspapers. And they said the malware was discovered and later quarantined on Friday. And this is fun. But the security patches failed to hold when the servers were brought back online, and the ransomware began to reinfect the network and impact servers used for news production and manufacturing processes. So they had essentially shut it down and then brought servers back up. They started it right back up.
So they didn't patch, basically.
Correct.
They restored some backups that weren't patched and got reinfected.
Yep.
And they didn't remove all the machines that were infected before they restored.
Yep. Good stuff, wasn't it?
Now, here's the funny question, then. If they've recovered, if it's ransomware and they've recovered, and they were dumb enough to do it that way, did they pay off in order to get it recovered? Or did they bring someone in who knew what the hell they were doing?
Don't believe they paid. I didn't see anything anywhere pointing to they made any type of payment.
So you're not going to. They're not going to admit that.
No. So, yeah, I think they are fully only going off of backups.
But what I'm saying is that if their backups weren't patched and they got reinfected, they obviously don't have a clue what the hell they're doing. So how are they clean and up and operating now?
Well, I mean, once they start getting reinfected, I'm sure they shut those systems down, recontained it, and then, learned from the past experience to patch it before they brought it on the new systems back up online. So they probably restored from backup, patched, and then brought the systems back onto the network after that. Is my guess, not being there, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So, but that happened December 28th. The next one happened Christmas Eve, but December 28th, and that was Friday, and they were still able to get newspapers out the door. Granted, it was 4 hours late, but only 4 hours late. That was somewhat impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd have to say that is kind of impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have dataresolutions.net, and the fun just keeps going. So, again, this could potentially be the exact same ransomware strain, the Rook ransomware strain. This happened December 24th, Christmas Eve, which I'm sure had a lot of really happy people getting out of bed. Dataresolution.net serves 30,000 businesses offering hosting, business continuity, cloud computing, and data center services. The attackers entered via compromised login account and started infecting servers and locked data resolution employees out of their own systems. They essentially shut everything down, I think, and then restored one of their AD servers. So it sounds like they still had access to their backup environment, restored AD, and then were able to get back into their systems. They are restoring from backups, but it's taking time. All they currently have fully restored is Active Directory. So this happened December 24th was what, last Tuesday? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last Tuesday, so 8 days later, all they have up is Active Directory fully. They still don't have SQL servers. Crap, what was some of the other crap they have? SharePoint. I mean, they had a load of Microsoft services on there. I didn't see them reference Tomcat or Apache or nothing else. So it looks like they're primarily a Microsoft hosting provider. But yeah, they don't have anything else back up yet. They're either in progress or pending. But the potential is that could be the exact same ransomware that hit all the publishing, hit them, but hit them first. Yeah.
Wouldn't that say something towards attribution?
Not necessarily attribution. The attribution, and
attribution is voodoo. I mean,
it really is, and that's why this one's difficult. Is because Checkpoint attributed root, to Lazarus Group, and that was back in August of last year.
Right.
And since then, Lazarus Group may still be the only ones with that source code, if it was in fact Lazarus Group. But if it came out on the darknet, if they decided, hey, this is our old stuff, let's say screw it, and we'll sell it off, to the highest bidder, or if somebody wants to pay $500, we'll sell 1,000 copies of it. So that's why it's hard to say as of now if it actually still is Lazarus Group.
The thing that I think is kind of, I mean, not irresponsible but stupid.
Yeah.
Is that they claim attribution. We know we attribute it to this. They don't say why. Why
Correct.
do you attribute it to that?
Yeah, most of the time they don't. Sometimes they will. Like Checkpoint, they're usually pretty good about whenever it's actually like their source writing, actually saying like some of the reasons as to why they are attributing it to such and such. Whether it's China, North Korea, Iran, whoever they're attributing it to. Like, they'll actually give the reasoning most of the time.
But I mean, is the reasoning anything like, we have this evidence here, or, well, our research indicates that it was Mr. Jones of, Park Street, whatever. I mean, it's just so sad to hear people take attribution so seriously when you've got nothing to back it up with.
Yeah, oftentimes they'll go based upon source code. Very few times will anybody actually try to base it off of like source IP, since that is so easily wrong.
Right. Well, that's just further evidence why it's bunk.
Yeah.
I attribute it to Martians. Okay, why?
But so often, this kind of stuff is attributed to nation states. And at that point, isn't relying on source code is just almost as useful as relying on IP address? How hard is it to really, copy the style of the source code of an adversary that you have a million samples of?
Really?
Well, those are samples, though. That's not necessarily source. And you may have somebody that's good. Once you get to the nation code as well. Yeah, once you get to the nation state level, you got guys who can probably decompile it fully back to source potentially, but that's a highly skilled.
You mean somebody else says IDA Pro?
No. I mean, IDA Pro is not even necessarily going to take something back to source. You're going to get it back to assembly, but then to actually take it fully back to source, that's where it gets incredibly difficult.
Honestly, I can't recall the last time I heard attribution that was not to a nation state. Oh, the Chinese did it. The North Koreans did it. The Russians did it. I cannot remember the last time I have not heard a nation state being pointed out.
And a lot of that is probably due to most of the guys, if they are doing something independently, are probably working for the nation state. And so even whenever they like the China thing here a month ago with us putting pending sanctions on two of the guys, or not sanctions, but arrest warrants, whatever they're called, on two of the guys, they work for the Chinese government. But we're calling those two guys out. We're not necessarily saying, I don't think we're officially saying, hey, we're calling out the Chinese government. We're just calling out these two guys. But
you're absolutely correct. The FBI is unique in this.
Yeah, they work for the Chinese government.
They did that to Russian. That's a good point, guys. And I recall that the FBI has pointed a finger at individuals in the Russian government as well. So I stand corrected. There have been individuals pointed out.
Yeah.
Just by the FBI.
Yeah. But like you said, though, they work for, or
Yes, but it's also very lazy attribution.
Though, like the Russian incidents, the China incidents. Every time they've called an individual out, they've always worked for the government.
Yes, but that's some of the rationale I've seen behind that has been a little bit weak. Like, for example, I've read articles where the former members of the intelligence community have stated, we point out that someone from Russia was doing it. Everyone in Russia works for Putin, therefore the Russian government did this. It was something to that effect.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, maybe there's so very much they see behind the scenes that the very concept of someone doing something in Russia that was not under Putin's approval is beyond their imagination. But to people not in that world, it just sounds lazy.
Yeah. I agree. It's definitely a different playing field, And especially whenever there are, say, checkpoint, if they actually if they work with the government, which I'm sure they do, and some of the others, there may be confidential information that they can't release. Just like the government's not going to release, Checkpoint won't release, just to make sure that they keep their ties with the U.S. government strong.
In that kind of case, what's the point of publishing partial attribution at all?
I don't know.
EP. It's for EP.
Yeah.
It does recall. I do. It reminds me of some tweets I read the other day where I kind of thought I found interesting. Some former NSA person is tweeting it out, stating the obsession with attribution is network defense by is as if a politician was doing network defense. It's usually meaningless. Nothing ever really comes of it. It takes enormous resources. Oftentimes.
And stupid people look at it and go, ooh.
He says it's nice, it's cathartic to have a big bad other to say this is their fault. It may very well be their fault, but it doesn't fucking do anything to point them out almost all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying the solution is you're gonna have to do the hard work of securing your own stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing. Because a lot of the time the attribution is very weak on the data that they give to substantiate it.
And who can really act on that?
Yeah, but I also see, I think I have a good comparison. Attribution is like regulatory compliance.
Oh my God. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not, compliance is not secure. It's like getting your feet wet. You haven't full-fledged developed a security program. All you've done is you've checked the box. That's kind of what our attribution currently is.
Yeah, the PR box.
You checked a box saying, we think we're pretty sure. Who knows if we know where it came from, but we said we know where it came from.
Have you cleaned this up? Check. Have you blamed Russia? Check.
We're pretty sure the 600-pound hacker from Russia did it. Therefore, there's nothing we could have done. Super hackers would have gotten in no matter what we did. And everyone, don't look at us anymore. We're fine.
Are there really 600-pound guys? Like, I just think Russia is too cold to be able to get that.
I've lost a little weight, so
that large.
Wouldn't all the blubber act as kind of insulation?
It would, but I see you. You know, I think of Russia whenever Rocky went over to the Soviet Union to train, and he's going outside chopping. That's got to be all Russians, right?
But
a broken heart.
I've seen plenty of Russians. They're just as we are.
That's disappointing. Yeah, because you want all Russians to be like, what's his name, Dolph?
Drago.
Lundgren.
Yeah.
Oh, Lundgren.
Yeah, like that.
He can't even say computer, much less use one.
That's fine.
I defeat real champion.
I will defeat you.
Who's making fun of He-Man here?
I love He-Man.
That's right.
I was treated to the original He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I never actually watched the original before.
What?
A few weeks ago, and the animator, the people who worked on that had fun. They had so much fun making that.
With colormation.
Not just the animation, but the voice acting as well. The only thing I'd have to say I found a little bit is the wannabe Scooby.
Oh yeah. You know who my favorite character was in He-Man was the Oracle.
Really?
When he did I love the little wizard Oracle. Yeah, he was my favorite character. You mean Orko? Orko, excuse me.
Orko!
Yeah. The guy who couldn't get his magic straight.
Was Orko in the original?
Yeah, in the original. Orko. What you guys need to do is to get your Google on and go look up Raves on Cobra Island. And my favorite character in G.I. Joe was Serpentor. Serpentor!
Nice.
Sometimes I'm too 80s for myself. Have you heard about the reboot of He-Man that they're going to do? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, whenever he pulls out the sword, it's a 50-50 chance he turns into He-Man or She-Ra.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not supporting that. Sorry.
Are you serious?
Yes. No, there is a reboot, but no, I not that. But
okay, good.
Yeah.
I heard of the reboot. But
they shot down the reboot so hard because it sucks and needs to be destroyed. But yeah, that was
the CalArts one.
I was joking around and saying that, but that would probably be the way it would go right now. Whenever he transforms, it's a 50-50 shot.
My answer to you is shut your whore mouth.
Oh.
I remember there was a controversy about the She-Ra cartoon about whether or not we're now looking like a 12-year-old boy.
It's androgynous, but right after the CalArts Thundercats, He-Man. Sorry, the CalArts He-Man. It's like, I hate to say it, but the She-Ra animation was actually a bit of a breath of fresh air compared to the CalArts. And I don't watch the She-Ra show, but it just seems a little less flagrantly insulting.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid of fighting the patriarchy? Is that why you don't watch it?
Yes, I am totally afraid. I am petrified. I'm going to let braver souls than I fight the horrible evils of toxic masculinity.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, back to the show notes. Next up, we have the Dark Overlord threatening to release data unless blackmail is paid.
Yes.
Let's see. Where's my notes on this? Okay.
This is the 9/11 insurance conspiracy thing, right?
Yes.
Yum.
Okay, so I looked into this a little bit more other than just the Pastebin article, and we have the Pastebin article on the show notes so that you can see it. So I'll go through some of this here. So they claim to be in possession of highly sensitive stolen documents pertaining to the truth surrounding the events of September 11, 2001. Oh shoot, I didn't get the date in here. I think it was April of. Man, was it 20? I think it was April 2017. They hacked Lloyd's of London and Hiscox Syndicated Limited, demanding an unspecified amount of Bitcoin. This came to be due to a previous. Okay, so they tried to blackmail Hiscox in the past, and they blackmailed the insurance group. And after Hiscox paid the hacker group to keep sensitive documents quiet, the insurance firm reneged on their part of the deal and got the authorities involved. This pissed off the Dark Overlord group. So, yeah, in regard to the current thing, they are offering individuals who think they are named in the documents the opportunity to have their names redacted prior to release if they pay them an unspecified amount of Bitcoin. And then now it's a little confusing, but seems like they're willing to sell to anyone because they state if you're a terrorist organization such as ISIS or ISIL, Al Qaeda, or a competing nation state of the USA such as China or Russia, you're welcome to purchase our trove of documents.
Oh my!
And it's like, yeah. So this looks like it's gone past blackmail. Like, I think all the blackmail part is no longer really blackmail because Hiscox already paid, but then went to the authorities, and now it just looks like revenge, and they're pissed. And that Pastebin article, if you guys want to read it, like for me, it is just a scrambled gop of information. So, but if you want to attempt it, have at it. Because they go every which way all the time in that thing. You guys got any comments on that?
I hope they release it either way.
I have a feeling they will be. On the Pastebin, there is some. I didn't download the data to see. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
I had a link that I wanted to see. Wait, I can't remember which YouTuber this was, and then I saw it was Tree of Logic. Never mind.
Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, actually, in the Pastebin, they do have like some sample documents and things in there. So it is legit, I believe. Just when it gets released, who's going to pay the most? Who's going to leak it after that? Well, we'll see. And there was something else with the Dark Overlord. Some woman, Katie somebody, Dark Overlord. Yeah, Katie Price. They're threatening to leak her plastic surgery pictures.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah. Oh no! Not whenever she had her eyes done.
Somebody's seen the Addams Family movie.
Why was she? Why?
No. In the second Addams Family movie, when they send the kids to summer camp, and it's all full of like Chad women.
Yeah.
And they're telling horror stories. And when they woke up the next morning, their original noses were all back. Ah!
Nice. I liked it where they did the reenactment of the Pilgrims and.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Like put the kid on the spit and were turning the spit and everything.
Yep.
That was quality. And then burn the whole thing down.
And you know the diversity in that was amazing too, because they had the kid in the wheelchair helping tie someone to the stake by like running around the stake with the rope.
Yeah.
As a person in a wheelchair, I felt that was comforting and reassuring and made me inclusive.
That's right. You were totally.
Hey, there are magnet links in this thing. Has anybody checked them out yet?
I haven't yet, but yeah, like I said, there are documents you can download and see some of the samples and things like that they included. And I think they included like 4 different ways of downloading the data.
Yeah.
So one way or another should still work. They're not all going to get taken down.
This magnet link has got way too many line breaks in it.
Yeah, I mean they even have like one that's a Tor link, I believe. So yeah, they're not going to easily take all that down.
Interesting zip file. I mean, JPEGs here. Oh my God! It's a naked picture of Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's happy.
Has he got any of that juice with him?
Oh no.
So I was looking on Amazon today, and I was a little disappointed, but I did verify you cannot buy a particle accelerator from Amazon.
Oh,
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was
I
like,
wonder why. You can buy anything else.
Bitch!
see?
yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can't get on Amazon that you could elsewhere.
Yeah, I should be able to buy a particle accelerator off Amazon. I don't see what the issue is with that.
Why don't you buy some 30% fertilizer on there and see what happens?
Oh, that's
a lot of books about particle accelerators.
There are. There was like, I don't know, 117 or something like that. But
yeah, plenty of books on nuclear theory, including reactors and bombs. But hey,
cyclotron atom splitter particle accelerator parchment patent print.
I wonder if there's a book for DIY particle accelerator.
It looks that way.
Oh, really?
Practical Introduction to Beam Physics and Particle Accelerators, 2nd edition.
Beam physics.
Come on, I mean, if Tony Stark can build one inside of a movie, I mean, hey, come on.
Oh. Anything's possible. Yeah, that's true. And he's not even that smart.
Who, me? I know.
No, Tony Stark. Tony! Yeah.
What Tony Stark we talking about? Huh?
What?
We're done with the breach report, so we're talking about a couple other things real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a YouTube series on DIY particle accelerator. Hot damn.
Oh, you can still get the 55-gallon drum of lube on Amazon, though.
I mean, yeah, you got to get the things that are important. You have to have
$1,570.
Oh, nice. I need to get my credit card out today.
55-gallon drum of water-based natural lube.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Jim McMurray had that shipped to him.
You know, it just makes you wonder who buys lube in the 55-gallon drum.
You'd be surprised, man.
I want to be surprised.
People wanting to prank their friends.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, on a commercial point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they have, like refillable bottles on the porn movie sets, or you know?
I mean, but too, if you're a condom startup company, you're not gonna be like producing all this stuff and have access to a wholesale, so you'll probably be buying Amazon lube. For all those condom startup companies out there.
Oh wow, lube shooter, 2-pack lube shooter, $18.
Yes, that sounds interesting.
Oh my God, that's wrong.
You know the guy on the DIY particle accelerator on YouTube? He's like younger than Caprico. He's like 12, 13, 14.
Oh,
you guys want to know who buys the lube?
You remember the story about this?
Hey guys, so this is who buys the lube. The farmers buy the lube because we need that shit for the tractors. And we need that, and you need massive amounts of lube, like the kind you can use on people. You need that for the cows because you gotta stick that arm all the way up past the elbow.
That's true.
That is an excellent point.
You gotta get way in there to pull a calf. So
that is true. You gotta go deep.
Yeah.
And now you know.
But it's water. But yeah, I would say you wouldn't want to use water-based lube on a tractor, but you know, on a cow, yeah, I can see that.
Correct.
Although, and then there's also large amounts of that for any pre-lubing medical devices, because when you do like the nasal coming down and the cannulas and all those medical parts, a lot of that comes slightly pre-lubed so that you can actually get them in quick in the field. And then you have it also is going to be used on certain kinds of models, dummies, and training devices that require similar things.
Oh my God!
Come to think of it, yeah, the last couple guys who went to see a proctologist, they came out there and their eyes were like wide open just due to the 55-gallon drum of lube in there.
You know what? I think I just opened a rabbit. I've opened a rabbit hole in Amazon. This is just wrong.
Really?
I'm seeing some seriously wrong things in here.
But it's beautifully wrong. Okay, I'm gonna have to pop off.
Circumcision trainer, white.
Oh wait, is there like an at-home circumcision kit?
Well, this looks like a practice kit, and it comes with like 5 removable bits that you can.
I'd believe it, dude. I was working on a demo I was working at a medical facility over the summer that they made stuff, and in order for them to demo the medical items they made, I had to videotape this guy with a fake vagina to try to show how to do the in vitro and other stuff. So yeah, there's some weird ass practice shit, and even stuff I've seen. Some of the really advanced robots that we practice with EMS, there's like dummies that can like scream at you like they're in pain and stuff the military uses. I mean, there's some crazy shit, that they got. Wow. They had the dummies for us up at Muscatatuck and Atterbury, where you laid them on the table and they could adjust the heart rate. So if you were taking the pulse, you could like actually take the pulse. You could actually count breaths. They can make them choke. They can make their eyes pop open. They can make them sit up and scream. All kinds of shit. It was crazy. They would bleed. They'd actual they'd liquid in the veins. So if you could tell if you actually got a pin. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I actually read about that because there was a reason why they moved to that. They used to use monkeys, and the PETA type organizations had a fucking field day. Like they would gas monkeys and inject them with shit, and then give them to field medics to practice with. And they said it was cruel, and then replaced with advanced robotics.
It's more the advanced robotics is more accurate to the human body anyway, and there's also an awful lot more things that you can record when you're using that kind of technology, because you can see, there's a lot. It's a better training device.
Yeah, we had some of that when I did my TCCC class, because they had ones that would actually spurt blood. So if you did like a proper packing or a tourniquet use, things like that, or ones that would simulate an airway, so you could do a cystable cricothyrotomy on them. I mean, some of that stuff, it's like, wow, this feels kind of like the real thing. This feels a little weird.
Power blanket, 55-gallon insulated drum heating blanket with thermostat. So you can warm your 55-gallon drum of lube. This is amazing.
I will tell you right now, there is almost nothing like, checking to see if you've got a tourniquet on or a wound packed, and all of a sudden it just starts spurting blood. Because if you actually look at a real wound, it's like spurting like a fountain. It's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit,
Nice.
Interesting.
Actually, I just bought some practice ones to test that at the home, and also to get a buddy of mine help me out with that too. I'm gonna have him.
Well, no shit.
So.
Oh, dude, wow! Did the sorcerer just appear? My goodness!
There you go.
All right. Yes.
I'm telling you, this is definitely a rabbit hole right here. Wow.
What's
just looking at all the stuff on Amazon that's just weird,
That's lube based.
Well, no, there's some stuff that has nothing to do with lube whatsoever, like the circumcision trainers.
But it still comes up in the lube results.
Yeah, and a pair of pants that looks like you shit yourself.
Okay, you know how Wikipedia has that random button? I'm pretty sure there's something like that for Amazon to find a random product.
Oh man!
Oh, they need that.
I'm pretty sure someone's built one.
That would make gift giving so much more fun.
There is something that does recommendations based on what you like.
Yeah,
so
but
your Amazon.com.
But whenever you buy stuff for other people, that totally screws all that up.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I get lingerie ads all the time.
Yeah, that's like I bought something for my wife from Nordstrom. Oh my gosh, I get crap from them every day now. Unsubscribe. Good night. Freaking advertisers.
Nuke them till they glow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No.
It's funny because I was talking about Pi Hole and blocking advertisers.
Yeah.
And with I was hanging out with the security guard here in my building, and one of the HOA directors asked me if I would give a talk to all the building owners about how to set up Pi Hole, for privacy.
Yeah.
I might just do it.
Do it. Hey, tell him he has to pay you though.
Oh yeah, of course. It's the HOA. They understand that.
Exactly.
They understand extorting people for information.
That's right.
I'm going to extort them right back. I'm going to want a handicapped parking space reserved for me soon.
That's right.
All right. Now, I'm going to put in the channel tonight. Sorry, kiddo. Now let's get into the question of the day. I'm going to put it on the
the big question of the day. Like, have you solved my riddle yet?
Oh wait, let me get my Google ready.
Get your Google ready.
Have you solved the puzzle I gave you yet?
I believe so, and I'll tell you offline.
Oh, not that again.
Yeah. So, the question of the night is, what's the difference between a system call, a library function, and a Unix command? To my viewers out there.
A difference between all three?
Yes.
Gee, that's tough.
Well.
Wait, hold on. You said a Unix command, a system call, and a what was a?
A library function.
Okay.
I'll copy it into the Hangout.
Yeah.
I mean,
something pretty interesting tonight.
I can kind of explain it. I've not got like that deep in the weeds, but given that's my world, like I kind of know it.
Type it.
I'll type it up later.
I said later.
Well, I got shit to do right now.
Yeah, I gotta water the fish. Milk the chickens.
Yeah, all the fun stuff.
Go milk the chickens. Adrian threw an answer in there, Charles.
Yeah, hold on.
On
let's see.
Sidebar.
I mean the numbers.
Dun, dun. Any viewers? What's up? Everybody's quiet.
Well, I'm giving people a chance before I give you the wrong answer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I got a couple ideas of things to say that would probably be close to correct.
Yeah. I figure I'd mix it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, no. No, not that keyboard. Oh. Stuff is about to go offline here.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, no, kiddo.
Daddy, what's this button do? Womp.
Boom. Yep. She got me one night like that.
Oh, I didn't know all these. I'm used to what I think you're talking about all the time, but I don't really look at the number.
Yep, nah, it's just a difference between a system call, a library function, and a Unix command. What are they?
I have a good idea for the first two, but not the third. But I don't think I should answer it because I already got something for you.
Well, when you say Unix command, you're talking about user bin blah, right?
Yeah, any of the generic 80 Unix commands.
Well, those are all pre-compiled little programs that just sit and wait for you to invoke them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's different than a library function, which is part of a program which you invoke from inside the program that you load as one of the first couple lines.
Yeah.
So there's a difference there. I mean, one's a self-contained compiled little, ls-la. The other one is the program itself, which uses library calls to do functions. And you have to load those libraries explicitly when you run the program that they're inside of. And what was system call?
Yeah.
Is that the third one? A system call. And now this is where I'm probably going to screw up, but unless I'm completely DeVry, a system call would be part of assembly language.
Well, technically, all of it is part of assembly language.
Well, no, but the thing is, it goes to assembly when it's compiled, but a system call by itself is not the same thing as a program nor a library.
Darren got it.
Okay, so how wrong was I?
100%.
Full disclosure, I had to double check what system call was because I initially gave a wrong example.
It was
in my lock, but
where did you put the answer? I'm not seeing it.
Answer
in the chat.
In the Hangout.
You put it in the Hangout chat.
I'm looking in the Hangout chat. I'm not seeing a thing.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now. He put in because it says system call, system function that makes calls to the kernel. Yes. The library function does the support for a binary or a system call. Correct. And of course, a Unix command, which you already said, is the user interactive command that can make system calls and invoke libraries and other functions. You, sir, have won the OSINT book, 5th edition.
You, sir, are the wiener.
I thought you were going to go for specifically user space versus kernel space. That's where I was leaning for it all, for where things execute.
All I need from you is for you to DM me your
social security number.
Now, no social security number. Your address.
Yeah, we already got those.
Oh, hey, Charles, are you going to be at DerbyCon this year?
Yes.
I'll get it from you
51.
then. Yeah, I'll get it from you then.
That's a long way off, but
I'm good with that.
Okay, just remind me.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll forget.
Where's it going?
Yay, Darren won.
Woo! Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that is my world because, sysadmin and all that shit.
Same here.
We love dog anus.
Yeah, same here. As a fellow BSD user, Linux guy, Slackware,
if BSD, you have to get the weeds. It's like in the job description.
Yes. So all of the above. My desktop that you see in the background, that is FreeBSD.
You don't say.
Yes, say. Yes. Whew. I do say.
So, that's just fun.
Okay, so you guys were slacking on the notes this week.
Oh, I didn't add anything. You're right. I didn't.
Yeah. And I don't really have, well, you know, tech no longer interests me. So that's not quite true. That's.
Aha. Okay. We can go ahead and hit some of the other stuff. I'll only put a couple
Hold
things.
up.
What?
Greg, sorry, real quick. Greg Smith has a question online. With all the stuff that's going on with the Patreon censoring people, do you guys know of an alternative?
Crap. There was
it's called cash.
That's a little hard to get everybody to mail you.
No, it's not. Do you know one of the biggest money making things back in the 70s was you take out a personal ad in the paper and said, "Please send me $1," and with an address in it, and people got ridiculous amounts of money from that.
Son of a bitch! Why didn't I think of that?
A lot of followers. I don't. Yeah. There was something called what is it? Support Star. What is that Patreon alternative called? It got shut down by PayPal of sorts.
Subscriber or something.
Yeah. I know Jordan Peterson and Dave Rubin are working on one.
Every time somebody complains about one of these platforms, they say, "Oh, why don't you make your own?" And then they get shut down.
Well, the thing is that people want to use the platform for stupid things, and help me buy an AK-47. Okay, everybody,
down, man.
The thing is that what you're basically doing is you're paying somebody else a premium to use your credit card to send someone money.
You can do the whole subscription model. You can also do the whole announce when new content is put out. You can interact with people over it. The
thing is, still a sincere portion of your money is going into somebody else's pocket instead of to the person you want it to get.
By definition, using a credit card gives someone else money before it goes to your destination. Merchant fees are a thing as well.
But the thing is that you're adding more to that.
Yeah, and I don't manage all the overhead of saying, okay, make sure you send me money, or you send me money. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I contact you. I don't know to contact you because you haven't sent your money. Yeah, dude.
Your average deal
for a 2% fee, not dealing with that. Can we get a general consistency for only paying I think it's a 2% or 5% fee, not having to deal with all that overhead? That's pretty good.
Well, you have to deal with it. The thing is that you're dealing with the overhead anyway on top of the fee.
How?
Okay, let's say I'm going to subscribe to your give you money thing. Okay, I give you $20. Out of that $20, they're gonna take the credit card fee, the processing fee, the credit card handler's fee, and then a fee on top of that of X% that goes to the person who runs the website. So out of the $20 I'm sending you, you're going to see maybe 15.
I'm not sure that's how the numbers actually ended up working out for these people.
I mean, it works because people get money, but the thing is, you realize how much money the people running the website are making off of it?
It's going to depend on the service too, because like Patreon doesn't take that much, but say Twitch takes half. So
I looked at Patreon in doing comic books. I looked at Patreon because I wanted to do something like a reward-based thing. If people pay monthly, and then get their copy of the comic and all that. It wasn't worth it. In the end, I wasn't
physical comics, or were they
digital comics? Physical comics with rewards being digital, or rewards being posters or something like that. Like you would get, you prepay for issue number 5. You get a poster and a digital, and you get to access a website where you can see the development sketches.
I can tell you where you fucked up. You should have sold body prints of the characters.
I never got that far because the print shop I worked with turned out to be unreliable. For the reward stuff. But the thing is that so much of the money ended up going to fees and charges and stuff that it really just wasn't worth it. It was sad because the people feel like they're supporting you, and all they're really doing is they're supporting whoever's running the website. It's kind of like the whole pay for music model. You know, you pay 99 cents for a song, but the artist gets 2 cents. And where does the rest of it go? It would be nice to have an alternative that didn't suck up your money in fees.
For my alternative, though, for me, what I do, you know, I get people sending me money as a contribution to help me, you know, finance occasional video equipment, have beer at cons, that kind of thing. With my model,
right,
would I get money from people who enjoy the content I help produce?
How do they get that money to you?
Yes.
No, it was a question. How do they get that money to you?
Carrier pigeon.
Currently, something like sometimes I get PayPal, but not everybody's going to reliably remember the PayPal me, I think, every month. And having a reliable cash stream is something. And they're not going to be mailing it to me. I mean, what do you? How I get the money now is via Google AdSense, and which they don't actively, you know, send the money that way. But that's some. But I have a Patreon, and I have PayPal.
Right. I mean, well, PayPal only, you know, they may have a fee here and there, but not the same way that Patreon does.
I thought Patreon was only something like low, like I don't know, 5%.
5% is not low,
dude. If the still take easily getting it, because how else am I going to get that money?
Well, it's not a matter of how else are you going to get it. It's a matter of people that are profiteering off of it.
I don't care if we're making it easy and for me to be able to open my base longer. I'm willing to let someone else make some money off me.
Wouldn't you rather have that 5%?
I'm not going to get that 5% though.
But you could.
My base. I can't make it easy and simple for people to go, oh, I'm going to just toss this guy $5 every month. I can't do that simply a lot of other ways. So I would be losing out. Yeah, they'll go take a cut. But how do I put it this way? It's like explaining the Laffer curve. Well, I know the Laffer curve is a bad example. So what would be my alternative to something like Patreon? If people who like the work I do want to support me, what would be my alternative?
Well, the problem is that there's, as an alternative, I'm going to say the problem is that the entire money transfer system is rife with fees. Yeah. Everybody who touches that wants some piece of it.
Yes.
I mean, when you're using a credit card, you are paying more than you're paying the credit card company.
Yes.
You're paying interest.
I'm saying that I would.
You're paying processor fees.
I'd rather have 95% of $1,000 than 100% of $100 sent to me in cash.
Right.
And people aren't going to be. There's no practical, easy way to say, "Oh, I want to support this. I'm going to be a Patreon of this person," and a whole bunch of people support a single person.
Yeah. Would you like to know why it is totally riddled with fees and bullshit? Is because we got idiots that like to do chargebacks, and it's because we got people that we have to hunt down in order to cover fraud charges, identity theft charges, all the other shit. So if someone else is dealing with that crap, I don't know if Gendo feels like chiming in on any of this because we've been dealing with it all fucking day long. But yeah, no, that's why there's extra fees. Plus the fact that when I'm on Twitch or if I'm on something else and I have someone else cutting, fucking PayPal cuts, I think 3 to 5% or some shit. I don't care because they're handling that and they're my go-between. That's protection for me to a degree. You know, I can call them up and be like, hey, someone lied about this shit, and then go after them. You know, that's they're dealing with that. Plus the end of the year when I get my taxes. You know, Twitch. If I make money, and anyone that has this, that'll set that's my go-between. They send me like a 1090 form, so that's a hell of a lot easier for me to deal with than me having to go through all that shit for the entire year and figure out how much money that I spent on whatever. So,
have you ever been cut off by PayPal, or had your money taken and say, nope, you can't have it? Or they decide that you got too much fraud?
Because we're dealing with fucking chargeback fraud right now, and unfortunately we're going through it, and the banks and everyone have been fairly decent. But you know what? That's part of the shit that happens, and you deal with it when it happens. That's not every day. They don't do that to me every fucking day. This is the first time that has ever happened, and I've had PayPal for the past 20 years, or fucking 10, 15. I don't know how long I've been on there. Long time now, because I'm old.
I've had people who run B-sides gatherings that have run into a world of shit because their PayPal got shut down, things like that. But no, when you say chargeback fraud, So someone charge someone if you're donating money to somebody, how do you do chargeback?
No. This is what happened. We had a mutual friend okay the purchase of a television when I was at Sam's Club right before Black Friday, and that person gave permission to the one person staying next to him. Here, take my credit card. Transfer her the $300 for the TV, and then I bought the TV, and then I brought it up to them on Thanksgiving because that's what we were doing. And so I dropped it off at their house. So they physically received the TV. The other friend of mine had nothing to do with this. He was just helping because he had a PayPal account to transfer to. And then that person, after they okayed it, decided that on December 18th, like a month later, they told the bank that they never received the item when the item was in their house for the past month. And so the bank automatically made a charge against. And so right now it's in disputal. And we're probably going to have to go to IC3 and get the FBI involved because that's how that shit works in order to get a claim against, so I get my money back. But that's chargeback fraud. The item was received, and they claimed it wasn't received.
Yeah, that's not a Patreon though. That's not supporting an artist or something.
But you already changed the subject. You changed the subject to PayPal. So I'm answering your question on PayPal. I don't give a fuck about Patreon because I don't use it. And even then, if Patreon wants to do all the legwork, let Patreon do the fucking legwork. Otherwise, you need to come up with your own system. Do Square. I don't care. There's 100 other ones on there. I prefer using PayPal, and I prefer going direct to Twitch. But that's people's direct prerogative. Otherwise, I don't even know where this conversation is going because it's already been answered.
Well, I am done for PayPal. They closed my account, locked it. They never did an investigation. I'm having tons of problems because these people aren't doing investigations or contacting me. They're just locking everything out and shutting it down. And I'm having to reach out and contact these people.
Reminds me a bit of a early finance industry study I read about 8 years ago. It was about why so much of the banking industry blue-balled, no pun intended, the porn industry or anything related to pornographic anything. The study, it was mainly due to the early internet where porn sites were plentiful and they were almost all scams. And typical with scams, people charge money back. And it was to the point where about 25% of all business dealings with these adult-themed websites were chargebacks. It was absolutely fucking insane to them. So that's why it was cheaper and easier to just say, no, we're not dealing with porn. Yeah, now, that's obviously significantly changed since the early internet, but still, quite a few financial industry people are kind of spooked about porn. Some of them try to keep nudging it towards the higher risk area of purchases, which means the bank takes a larger percentage of your transaction. That's kind of to hedge their risk or the risk they believe they have. And that's just kind of been the thing. Now, this study has not really been the it has been probably one of the most significant factors the past 15 years. It's not been the sole factor for why the finance industry has kind of said fuck no to porn. It's also lawmakers and pressure groups tend to love using banks as their go-to industry, especially regulators and such. They say, if you don't get rid of this, we're just going to, audit you. Crippling audit. Very pricey one.
The thing, I understand we sidetracked a little bit because originally we were talking about getting money to people in a Patreon sense, and I was saying that there's too much money coming out of that.
And
we're talking about commercial transactions.
I'm saying,
but now we're on to commercial transactions, and that's something completely different.
All right, so go back to my question a second ago. How would people who want to be my Patreons get money to me?
Right. Now, somebody mentioned Square. I think Square still takes a goodly chunk of money, but I think they're just taking transactional. They're not taking a cut off the top as well, or do they?
Yeah, they do. Square is exactly the same rate as any other credit card company. In fact, I've had actual merchant accounts with a credit card machine where the going rate for them on the transaction on a regular credit card merchant machine is 3 to 11%. Usually 6% was the average. That's what we paid every month, and we had to make minimum amount of transactions depending on the company. Square's 3 to 5%, PayPal 3 to 5%. That's the average rate for what you pay your fee in order for them to be processing shit and dealing with all the crap that the government has them deal with. So that is completely normal. You're going to lose that 5% regardless. So there's no point bitching about it because that's what the FCC is going to be taking, or wherever the fuck the Federal Reserve is going to take, or wherever the heck's going to take. Someone is always going to take it. There's always a percent they have to pay to the government. Fee gets passed on, and it's still a lot better than your phone bill. But yeah, but that's how that works. Everyone pays somebody else.
Wait, why is anyone paying taxes right now if the government's shut down?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah, and the answer to that is the government isn't completely shut down. Only sections of it are.
Yeah.
There are sections of it that are still functioning. I've survived through 2 or 3 of these shutdowns where I was directly affected by them. So, yeah, the entire government is not shut down, but there are parts of it that are. What they do is they classify what's vital versus what's not vital, and they shut down the non-vital stuff.
I gotta wonder, how long this one's gonna last.
Well, according to Clown Boy, until we get the wall.
Yes. Now, I'm talking. So, oh my god, I can't believe he fucking tweeted out. He literally thought that shutting the government down saves money he could then use to fund the wall. He literally fucking. Oh my god.
Well, it depends. I mean, if they shut down sections of the government, like they shut down Parks and Recreation.
He's a giant troll, though, so technically he's probably right.
I love his trolling, though.
I don't think he knows better when it comes to.
No. I think he does. I think he does. I think that's honest, straight up trolling right there. I really think he does.
Do you really think he?
That's
he
straight
does
up.
troll.
No, that's
he does troll at time. I just don't think he understands finance that well. And yes, I am well aware being in debt so frequently, he probably doesn't understand finance well. My bad.
Either that, or he knows it well enough to still be a millionaire, besides having gone bankrupt and registered companies. How many times?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got how many lawsuits against him for not paying employees? And it's like, yet he still has millions. He knows something. He
does know something. That's true. He did get to where he is.
He's not an idiot. He's an asshole.
Just doing check real quick.
He's the guy who's figured out how to get you to work for no pay. It's the ultimate Tom Sawyer. You got the privilege to paint my fence.
Though he is
Aren't you lucky?
Paying the Coast Guard right now.
That sounds like somebody else I know.
But with the IRS, 7 out of 8 IRS employees are considered what's it called?
Non-essential.
Non-essential. It's only 1 out of 8 IRS employees are currently at work.
Well, the IRS really has no teeth, especially when it comes to large businesses or that. They simply don't have the funding and the manpower in order to investigate and audit a lot of these national global companies, as is my understanding.
You would think with 80,000 employees that the IRS has that they could do a whole lot of shit with that.
Right. Didn't they investigate the Panama Papers and that stuff in the Paradise Papers? They were going after a lot of tax cheats through those leaks. I recall reading that several times.
Yeah.
I know, that's just what I heard.
Well, I just want to say this in relation to like the shutdown in general, and for those of you who are watching, and I don't know everybody's situation or whatnot and how the shutdown is actually affecting them, but I was in the shutdown in 2013. I was still working at NASA Langley in Hampton Roads when the shutdown hit for like 2 weeks. Fortunately, because of the specific like special contract that we're on, I was able to get paid out of the reserves from the contract. They wasn't getting any money from the government. But what helped me, and hopefully this might help someone else out there, what helped me get through the shutdown is, I'll tell you this wholeheartedly, do not be idle. Pick up a hobby, learn a new skill, maybe prepare for some type of certification, whether it's technical or non-technical. But always
with what money?
Huh?
With what money?
No, I said prepare for a certification. I'm not saying you have to take one, but just pick up a hobby. It doesn't have to. You don't have to spend money. That's what I'm saying.
You can do yoga for free.
Right.
You know what? I want to hear this. Give me a hobby you can do that doesn't take money. I want to hear what that is. What is that?
We got a good imagination.
Reverse engineering malware.
Programming.
Learning a new language.
Yes, that doesn't take money. Go ahead, AP.
Okay. No, I'm just asking what your idea of a hobby was that didn't require any money.
Learn, like you said, learning a new language. You can use Duolingo for free. That's an app.
Yep.
In the
there's plenty of free resources for learning languages. You're totally right. I just wanted to hear what your ideas were on that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They whether it's learning a new language, whether it's learning a programming language, that's free. Whether it's bodybuilding, if you want to get back into fitness or whatnot, that's free.
Yeah, lots of YouTube channels for that.
Yes. So I mean,
go to a park and take pictures.
I mean, mine wasn't free, but I paid $25 a month to join workshop club.
What I mean that.
And I hung out and I logged like 300 hours learning how to use an Epilogue laser cutter.
Also, you can learn how to do home repairs, which is what I did.
There you go. Well, I'm just saying, don't the main goal of the message, whether you have the money or not, whether it's free or not, don't remain idle. Because you remain idle, you're just going to start thinking about things
and dwelling on it,
and it's just going to make you feel depressed, or you're just going to feel sick when you're not really sick.
Yeah.
And trust me, you don't want that feeling. So for all of you out there that's listening, and you might be going through the shutdown, here's the shutdown survival kit. Number one, don't stay idle. 2, there's lots of things you could do for free online or even outside that does not require money.
Whether you go outside, like where the sun is?
Yeah, that thing. That big orange ball in the sky.
The big yellow hurt ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't, please, and I'm asking for anybody on this chat channel that for a fact is going through something or with the shutdown, let them know, like, please, this is not the end all be all. Not sure how long it's going to last, but just like anything else in life, I mean, we're here.
I hope so our government doesn't work anyway.
I hope I hope individuals have savings, at least to cover them through this. As you know, a lot of contractors, from what I'm told, they don't get paid. Most contractors don't get paid if they don't do work, and if the government shut down, they don't do work.
Right.
Yep.
And so
now is a good time to do things like pooling resources and helping each other out.
Yeah.
And if you're not in a shit situation, instead of I hate to say this because it makes me sound like a hippie, and I get all kinds of shit for it.
Goddamn hippies!
Just say it.
Instead of buying somebody a 6-pack of beer for their birthday or for Christmas, pay one of their bills. Pay their electric. Put $100 into their electric bill instead of into a stereo for them.
Or buy them a stack of pizzas.
Do something. Pretty much, maybe do something that's going to help the next person. If you see them going through something,
right? And now is a good time to do the pay it forward business, because sooner or later it's going to hit you. It's going to be you sitting there with your balls in your hand, saying, "Fuck, I just got laid off," and the guy whose electric bill you paid when he was on furlough is now back working again, and you're the one sitting there with your dick in your hand, and then they turn around and they help you out.
What if we don't have dicks?
Then you buy one like everybody else who doesn't have one.
Can I hold someone else's? Is that what you're telling me?
Meanwhile, on Chatterbait.
Yeah. The point is that I've been on both sides of that. Okay, I've been on the giving and I've been on the receiving, and it's one of the most humane things you can do in these situations.
Yeah. Well, like I said, because I ran into a couple of people today that are going through the shutdown, and they were looking like lost, and it's just like, I was just like, hey, you know, it's not over. But if you're, you know, and a lot of people are talking about, you know, like I said, people that were working at the government, or you know, that still are working at the government, looking in the commercial side. I mean, all I'm saying is just don't be idle, because I've seen people go through that, and it's not a fun experience, and you just hate that for others, and especially if it's something you have no control over.
Yeah, not being idle gives your mind, forces your mind to think about something else.
Oh, I've tried that. My issue is when I first wake up or I try to go to sleep. Oh, it creeps in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But and if you still happen to be awake and you want to chat on Twitter, tweet me. You can DM me. I'll probably DM and I will talk to you if you want to talk.
Oh, you guys are so awesome.
I'm definitely here. So for anybody that wants to chat, whoever's out there in hi T Maker, I know who you are already, and we already follow each other. Still love you, brother. But
I hope
yeah,
you know who he is.
Of course I do. But you know, just for those out there who are, you know, going through, lend a helping hand. You know, maybe a hug. Hugs go a long way.
Yes.
Only if they're solicited. Don't give unwanted hugs. They're uncomfortable.
Pats on head too.
Teammaker loves cuddles.
Remember the COC.
Teammaker loves cuddles from Charles.
I know lots of people that like cuddles. That they want. They
Not
want a
enough
nice
people get them.
Yeah, not enough people get them, and there's not enough good girls to go around. Apparently.
Yeah. Oh Lord!
There's enough bunnies to go around, though.
Yeah. This is true.
Oh yes, there's lots of bunnies. I can supply everyone with a bunny that needs something to cuddle with.
And
like a real one?
Huh?
Like a real bunny, like with floppy ears and stuff?
Well, no, they're not floppy ears, but they're adorable and they're so fat. Gendo, fattest
They
bunnies
are
ever?
so fat. They're like little sumo bunnies.
Sumo bunnies.
Let's not forget a cuddly Kirby or a little NES Fishy.
Oh my God, those are adorable.
This is like the best group of guys ever. You're all so adorable. Anyway.
Bunch of nerds.
Yes.
Looking at finances, I just hope the stock market starts going back up, because I'm looking at my investments and it's like, I'm
stock market goes up, stock market goes down.
You didn't buy during the crash? Oh. Hey, did you heard the Fed's supposed to be cutting interest rates? Did you catch that news story?
No.
The Fed is supposed to be announcing that they're going to be cutting interest rates somewhere in the near future.
What? Right after raising them, they're going to cut them? Oh, that's rather.
I saw it passed my news feed the other day, and
Oh, good. I thought that was my son that I was hearing, because I was hearing him in the other room.
The talk of the Fed and interest rates makes people cry. Clearly, this is a sign we should change the topic.
Yes. Well, if the Fed's lower interest rates, could be interesting.
They were incredibly aggressive at raising them again, though.
I just find that they need to get more time to really find the full effects of it. If they just change it up and down so rapidly,
I know.
Almost like it's going to
destabilize
the economy.
Well, it's to me it reeks more of political pressure than actual attempts to manage the economy.
To me, it feels more like a Panamanian corporation.
It feels like someone trying to make the stock market stop crashing. Because one thing changing interest rates this quickly will do is change the stock market. It's not going to change the economy that quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we're still over. We're what now? 23,000. It's still stupid high.
Well, it's always going to go up. That's the nature of the. We have growth policies on almost every jurisdiction in our nation. The market's going to keep going up because our government is aimed at making the market keep going up. So plus inflation. So don't worry so much. Don't look at this is the highest number ever. You can say that about almost every administration, short of a massive depression. Look at what's the typical trend in raising and see is this well beyond the normal increase in the stock market? Is this well beyond the normal gains in productivity for the U.S. economy?
Yeah, and ever since like 2009, we've been on a freaking huge upward vertical. I mean,
there's always typically a upwards trend or a big recovery after a recession.
Yeah, but we haven't stopped. I mean, there was a dip in 2016, 17 range, somewhere in there. But it picked right back up and went straight back onto the vertical.
I have to admit, I am a little curious how much of the recent panic in the markets is related to market correction versus blowback from the tariffs.
Yeah, I mean, like if you think about the Dow Jones, like in 1990, it wasn't even 25,000 or 2,500.
Yeah, there's exponential increases,
and that was normal, you know. And all of a sudden, we've started more so exponentially raising, whereas we were on a slight increase, you know, proportional increase. And in the last like 10 years, it's just been like completely adjusted or readjusted up. But if you look at it,
the nature of exponential increases.
Yeah, I guess we are. I'd have to actually plot it out accurately, but we are pretty close to a proper curvature. And right now we'd be slightly below that curvature. So, but yeah,
we should be glad that the Eurozone sucks that badly.
Yeah,
because almost everywhere else in the world sucks except for the U.S. market kind of sucks to invest in except for the rest of the world.
Yes.
And here we are, a bunch of hackers talking about international finance. What is wrong with this world?
Sorry, Young.
Who wants to hack the Gibson?
Always.
What do I have to hack to get free pizzas for life?
Papa John's. Actually, if you talk to Simon Tech, he used to be the admin for that, so we've done that.
He's the admin for everything. He's worked with everywhere.
I know. We have all the connections. It's great. But yeah, we used to actually get pizzas that way when he worked there. It was great.
I remember that story.
Oh, it was great stories. Yeah, that was before internet ordering existed. He used to log in directly to their back end and order pizzas.
Nice.
Oh, it was a nice thing. But we would pay the delivery drivers and beer, so that they didn't care.
I know of all the massive pizzas out there, I kind of like. I mean, I like my local pizza joint better because I'm a hipster.
Well, Papa John's is crap anyway, but
Yeah, it's always been crap.
What mass
free pizza is free pizza?
What mass pizza company though is better?
Papa John's is good if you can get like their 40 or 50% off coupons because then you get a lot of food for what you pay at least.
Their sandwiches. They're hot. I think they had hot sandwiches. There's a few things on the menu aren't bad. Then again, customizing it, we had one of them made us a large size pizza cinnamon dessert once. Where basically it was a large size cinnamon. It was wonderful. I have pictures of it somewhere with the drizzle and everything. So that was really good. We were young.
My ears are deceiving me. You did not just say with the gerbil and everything.
No, with the dribble, with the frosting.
That's the wrong party.
Yeah, that's different.
If you got gerbils on your pizza, there's an issue there.
Oh no, but actually, cavies don't taste half bad, and neither does pigeon. Pigeon's actually really damn good.
But you know something? I think if you can and if they're good, you should support the local pizza shops. These Papa John chains, yeah, they're okay.
Yeah.
There's like nothing
Well,
else
Savannah,
left.
Georgia didn't have any good local pizza, and to be honest, most places don't. I can only name a handful of places outside of like New York and New Jersey that actually have good pie. And I'll give Uno a pass, but it's not pizza, it's cake.
You like that New Albany place, right?
There's some good pie out here in Vegas.
I want Spinelli's, goddammit.
You almost died on Spinelli's. It was good, but it was like, oh my god, it was painful.
Don't care, want it again.
Next time you come down, we'll head down that way.
I've been to Spinelli's before, but I mean, I like that. Like I said, I like Richo's. You remember Richo's when you were down here, Mary?
Yeah.
Because I've been
that was pretty good too. That New Albanian that local one to you, they got pretty good pizza too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an Albanian pizza shop just down the street from me, which is awesome.
Yeah, I've been spoiled by New York pizza, so it's just been oh my gosh.
But that's my benchmark, and I can tell you a handful of places outside of where I'm from. I'm upstater, but outside of New York, that's actually good. Vinny's was good, but in Savannah, but they went out of business. Because we had switched over to them. There's a pizza joint in Nashville, Indiana, that is freaking amazing. And then there's one in Bloomington that's like traditional hole-in-the-wall New York pizza style. There was one out in Hollywood that was okay, but again, traditional hole-in-the-wall people that came in from the East Coast knew what they're doing. Chicago, I haven't found any truly good New York style pizza because it's fucking Chicago. But I will say Uno's is very good, but it's cake. And that's the only thing I'm going to say from that. Otherwise, I don't like deep dish.
And they don't cook it. They don't cook it for shit. It's like a raw dough ball in the center.
I have a question. Okay, when I went to DerbyCon, they had some awesome pizza in downtown Kentucky. It looks like
Spinelli's.
Is that Spinelli's?
The underground one, the one you got to go down the stairs.
Yeah.
Spinelli's.
Oh,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was real. That's true New York style, but it was like extra greasy.
Yeah, it was. It was greased
so
out.
good.
I gotta find a good New York giant place. The ones that serve like the 30-inch pies, because those are fucking phenomenal.
There's one was huge.
There's one back in California I would go to. They serve a 28-inch pie, and like the very inside of it was like kind of liquidy because everything was puddled. It was still cooked.
That's the correct. See that was there was one. There was one in Hollywood that did that, and they had the 30 to 36-inch pie, a 46-inch pie, which was insane. And so they went from 6-inch to 46-inch.
You know, ladies, it's not about the size.
No, it's about how much pizza you can cram in your mouth. Oh, they're so good. Oh, although in Bloomington, as far as artisan pizza goes, Mother Bear's is excellent. If you've ever come here.
Okay.
But it's artisan pizza, so it's not New York style, it's not Chicago style. It's almost like bruschetta, because it's artisan style.
But I love going to different places and eating the signature food. Like if I go to Chicago, I'll eat deep dish all day. But if I go to Texas, I gotta get my brisket.
Brisket. Oh
yeah.
I want to do just a tour of all the different barbecues.
It has to be good barbecue though, because I found out that a lot of barbecue that it has to have flavor. Because I've seen a bunch around here going award-winning barbecue, but it doesn't taste like shit.
No, the best barbecue I ever tasted so far, Rudy's Barbecue in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
awesome,
dude,
Austin.
no.
Well, we're going to Austin anyway, so
no. Come to DFW. I will take you some places. Rudy's is trash.
Yeah, he's going to take you to places directly in the airport.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they got Dickies in the airport. I mean, yeah, it's Dickies, but shit, they got it.
Although, who wants to take a road trip down to Austin? Because we should all just go.
I'm down for that.
I mean, Austin's 3 hours for me, so that's a day trip for me.
Yeah. What's awesome was I went to Rudy's and I went to Frida's. to get some good like home style Mexican food. And oh my god, it was great. And they make it like the real like as if you were really in Mexico.
Yeah, that's the good shit.
I mean, yeah, it was real good.
And we were spoiled in California too, and in Atlanta, where we actually had Mexicans from Mexico making the food, so we learned what actual Mexican. And then we had friends go, "Oh, we're gonna take you out to this place. It's really good, and this Mexican place." And it was like there was the Americanized shit, and it's like, no, this is crap.
No,
It's like we'll take you to a real good place.
Well, you got to come to Vegas because no matter what it is, there's Mexicans making it.
You know what?
Yeah, but there's Mexicans that can cook and Mexicans that are just there to get a paycheck.
No, I mean seriously, some of the best Chinese out here is run by Mexicans. Same thing with Denver.
That's everywhere though. That's normal. But we want really good. Oh, Gendo, Japanese barbecue.
Oh God, yes. But I knew a guy in Colorado that a Mexican guy who wrote.
How is Japanese barbecue? I've never had it.
Oh my God, don't go. It's addictive. It's like cocaine. Don't do it.
I'm gonna. You said don't do it.
And we spent $200. We took him out to Gaikoku in Chicago, and oh my God, it's you order the meat, you can get it all you can eat, and so you have 90 minutes to order whatever you want. And you cook it yourself. Like they tell you how long to cook stuff, and you just cook it yourself right there. They got all the dipping sauces, and you just fresh off the grill. And then at the end you get s'mores.
You better bet
we do Korean barbecue like that out here.
I'll say Korean barbecue. Come out here. I'll take you to Jin, which is a all you can eat Korean barbecue. You cook on the table. It's
well, the stuff, and then stuff at Alhambra, the really good hot pot, because it's actual Chinatown in Los Angeles is Alhambra. It's not Chinatown. It's like wherever they all actually are. And one of my bosses used to take us out there to like the all night, hot pots and grills and stuff. And that's amazing. And they tell you, do you want it spicy? And it's like your nose melts. It's like, oh, it's so good. It's like I was dying, but it's like, oh my God, yes. Because they have, again, it's similar to Japanese barbecue, but it's a soup pot in the middle that's boiling. So, and you cook it right there.
There's some really good combo all you can eat sushi and hot pot places here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And those you can waste a night in one of those places.
If y'all come here, there's a Brazilian. There's a bunch of Brazilian steakhouses out here, with churrascaria styles, and they're good. Oh, they're really good.
So when are we taking the cast on the road to introduce you all to different places? Then you can end up over here for Hackers on the Farm, and I'll cook for you.
Ooh.
We should do this. We should just do another spin-off of this and just do a foodie cast.
I came in at a really weird time.
Yeah.
Hey, Cappy's alive.
Yay, what's
I'm
up,
alive.
Man? Good.
Alive.
We haven't seen the death of the 13-year-old. Awesome.
Hey, I got older.
Yeah, you did.
My birthday is January 1st.
Oh, happy birthday.
As it's like 99% of all the other hackers on Facebook.
Yeah, it was. I'm actually older than most of you, except I think Adrian. I was born January 1st, 1971 at 00000.
Oh, cool.
You know what?
Hi, Grandpa.
You know what?
Makes me feel better.
Hey, I was born in another life, so I was born in the year 2038. I'm just doing it backwards.
What?
Okay, Benjamin Button.
I worked on that film. That was a fun film. I have stories about that too, where the goddamn makeup award, they showed our visual effects 100% 3D animated face on screen going, look at how good the makeup is. And we're like, fuck you, bitch. We did that digitally.
I'm a 32-bit Unix hologram. So when the year 2038 hits, I'll revert back to my old childish ways in 1970. I am a Unix bug.
So you'll revert back to childish ways. What's the difference from that to now?
If he told you, he'd have to kill you.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh no, it'll be the same thing, except it'll be being more literal when he says, "Stop what you're doing and go play in the sandbox."
I will be 39 in March.
Nice.
39.
Yeah.
I probably when that rollover happens, I probably won't be around. How scary is that? Do you know what it's like to get a credit card with an expiration date on it that's probably past your life expectancy?
We're not putting that negative energy out there.
That's not negative energy. That's reality. I had renewed my credit card, because I got a new one because they expired. Yeah, mine expired on something like 2/19, and I look at the expiration date and I'm like, shit, I'm probably not gonna. This credit card's gonna outlive me.
So, in your will, if you want to give me that credit card,
yeah,
or anything else,
or just, yeah.
I'll leave you the debt. I'll leave you the credit card debt if you want. But
all right, cool.
Because the reality, remember, because we're doing reality, they bury people. They don't bury money.
Yeah. P.S. That card is insured, so if you die, it's paid off by the company.
I think Charles. I think that our friend Stacy would disagree with you about burying money.
Uh-oh. I think she would too.
Arg.
Army matey.
Arg. Yeah, okay.
Anything was much more, I guess, unreliable back then, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. Interesting.
Where are we at in the show notes? Or have you guys already gone through all of them?
Oh, we've blown through them. It wasn't that much show notes tonight, but
I'll work on that.
Stuff yet.
Yeah, it's the
I slacked off because I had to actually work today.
Yeah, I had to catch on a bunch of stuff because I ran behind from partly my bad time management and a combination of the of the Christmas holiday, so forth. So it does make it seem strange, like you're working on a report, supposed to have it done in 10 business days, and then all of a sudden you're doing it on it's the holidays. So 10 business days stretches out quite a ways sometimes.
Yeah, I ran into that issue with a couple of my reports, but there was one company that I did get. Oh, hey, almost got it. I did get their report out to them, but they wanted it by the end of the year, which meant business days counted, and they gave me a week to actually do the testing. So that was.
Hey, speaking of testing, hey Cap, you were right. Hey Cap, you were right about the WebSockets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because from what I've seen so far, now this is what I've learned so far, just trying to test the WebSockets. It's better to test it with OWASP Zap because you can do more of the repeater functions. You can't do that in Vert.
Correct.
With WebSocket traffic.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was trying to, because when you test a web app and your best friend is repeater when you're using Vert.
Right.
When you're trying to manually inject something, but you can't do that with WebSockets. It took me a while to figure it out. So I'm like, okay, how come I can't put this in repeater and kind of throw something at it? But then I had to realize, let me try. I was Googling around and somebody was talking about it in a forum. They were testing WebSockets one time, and somebody said, hey, try OWASP Zap. It's a little bit better. And sure enough,
one of the advantages to it is it works with WebSockets a little better.
Yeah. So that's what I've learned so far. Oh, also too, I also stumbled across because I did a quick Google, and one of my good friends, I was talking to him online. He does development. He said, "Man, WebSockets is so old school. Why are you trying to learn that?" I said, "Well, a lot of legacy apps will still use WebSockets eventually. Even if they're not using it now, they use it eventually." But then he was talking about server sent stuff as well, server sent events. So I've been researching what server sent is all about. So I've been researching that and just trying to do a comparison between the two. And more likely, I'll do a demonstration and a talk about it too. So as well. So as I'm going through the research of actually learning this stuff. So yeah, server sent events.
So that whole handshake guess that I gave you last night worked, or it was
that helped. Yes, because as I was practicing, because and also too, just a plug in for I love Lab 26 vulnerable VM. So that has everything all in one, even the new Matilda version of OWASP 2017 testing as well. So yeah.
On Vuln Hub?
Yes, Lab 26. Cool. If you pull down Lab 26, they not only have that, they have, of course, broken web apps, but they also have a vulnerable Django application and Google's Jira, and they have OWASP Juice Shop all in one.
Nice.
So with Juice Shop, that's where I'm testing the web sockets. I'm practicing attacking web sockets using OWASP Juice Shop with the socket.io.
Cool.
You just reminded me of something I was gonna bring up earlier.
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder. I don't know if I told you about this. Do you ever remember the old video game Rolling Thunder?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's the name I've given to my project for DEF CON this year. I made a major leap forward in it this week. What I've got is, for those of you, I'm already in the mobility chair, right?
Right.
I've rigged up a mobile version of Kali Linux running on a Raspberry Pi, cracking Wi-Fi that attaches to the back of the wheelchair.
Nice.
And on top of that, it's also running Pirate Box. Okay. So it's mobile Wi-Fi cracking and file sharing. File sharing and chat. And it's strapped down to some plastic pegboard, and it's powered by two phone recharger batteries. And a couple of alpha hotspot antennas. And when the whole thing is up and running, I can control it partially from my cell phone.
Okay.
It's got like a web interface in it. But it fits inside of a backpack, and then you strap the backpack onto the wheelchair. And wherever you're rolling, you're doing like literally almost more driving and a little bit of cracking. Now, the part that I'm working on right now, that's really insane, is for WPA. I'm capturing the hashes, and then I'm connecting to. I don't know if you know that you guys have. What's that? You are for internet and all that. If you scan around the Wi-Fi, you'll see that there's these Cox Wi-Fi hotspots all over the place.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, what will happen is Cox will section off a part of your connection, your residential connection, and make it a public Wi-Fi hotspot.
They better not do that with my business account. I will go. Whoa!
You have to check, because that's why a lot of people buy their own modems. But what it comes down to is you can go by anywhere in the city, and you pull up a Wi-Fi scanner, and you'll see a Cox Wi-Fi login, and as long as you have a Cox account, you can log into it. Yeah. So I'm rigging that to take the hashes and upload them to an S3 bucket in AWS. And then run a cracker in the cloud against them. So while I'm rolling around in this wheelchair, I'm sniffing out Wi-Fi signals, getting the WPA hashes, uploading them to the cloud into an S3 bucket, and then using a triggered Lambda instance to do a dictionary attack against the hash.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's called Rolling Thunder after the video game. I'm hoping to have it completely 110% ready to show off by DEF CON.
You should have another thing that you could add on to it is you should have a LAN port that you can plug into a wall that just sets up an SMB relay and call it a DAMA mode.
Ooh, that's evil. I like it.
Here's what's crazy. And speaking of Rolling Thunder, I just want to give a rest in peace shout out to Gene Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we lost the captain too, from Captain and Tennille.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately.
Oh, and the third one was the dude from Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
Huh.
The guy with the eye patch.
A lot of people going down.
Yeah, when all your heroes start cashing in, it's getting a little scary.
Yeah, it gets scary when they start cashing in. Like you know what I do now? I know this sounds crazy, but I watch old WrestleMania tapes, right?
For you, that doesn't sound crazy at all.
As one should.
Yeah. So, but I'll look at the match. I'll be like, man, they're all dead.
Oh. Yeah.
Or I'll look at, like, I was watching WrestleMania 6 just, earlier today. And I was watching the match between Dusty Rhodes and the Macho King mixed tag team match with Sensational Sherry and Sapphire and Miss Elizabeth. All of those competitors are dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of them.
Well, back in those days, for Jake the Snake, he went on Rogan's podcast recently.
Yeah.
And he explained like the whole side of the drugging or like the
man, yeah, it's horrible.
And the WrestleMania and the wrestling or in the WWE right when it started back then.
Mm-hmm.
You mean it's all Hulk Hogan and vitamins and loving the flag?
Now you stop that now.
Sometimes you being so big, you have to shit in the bathtub because there's no place else you can sit.
Andre
the Giant, yeah.
I'm not too far from there right now, but I'm not into wrestling either.
But like I'm saying, man, it's just like Roddy Piper that got me. But when Roddy Piper died, it was just like, dang, man.
Another thing that's been happening lately, just at least for the guys that are my age, our guys aren't cashing in, they're cashing out.
Are they?
Like my so like two of my music heroes, so Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell, both committed suicide last year. So that sucked. And that was like right after each other.
I thought Chester was like 2017. It's been like a while.
Was it? No.
Yeah, I thought it was like 2017. He did it a while ago.
Maybe 2018 is just a blur to me. I was in the Netherlands for half of it.
Yeah,
sure was.
July 20th, 2017.
And you made living in the Netherlands so cool on the cast.
People would be like, he was on the cast for like 5 hours one night. Did he actually do anything?
No.
Like, did you actually go to sleep? My goodness.
About 3 hours a night.
Do you still communicate with anybody over in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Say hi to the boss.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Jack's girlfriend.
That was funny. Yeah, no, I still talk to the guys over there. A lot of them are getting ready to graduate now, so I might see if I can pull a couple of them, see if they want to work in the States, because
nice.
Which is going to be more of a bet, just see if they want to work in the States. I know one of them might, but and he could do, because we're looking for, my company's looking for project managers, and I know he could do this with his eyes closed.
Sweet.
I'm
talking about, man, helping hands, man, helping.
Yeah, he helped me out enough, but he's also got a girlfriend down there, so that might be the one thing that might be.
What? Now you did say, you said girlfriend, right? Not wife.
Girlfriend. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's life.
But to be fair, there's not much of a difference over there.
Oh, it's not? Oh.
I'll give you a second to figure that one out.
No comment.
It's not that
No
it's
comment.
bad. It's not that it's bad.
No, it's a great. It's an
choice.
awesome thing. It's just a choice. It's an interesting, awesome thing. Oh, here we go. Woo! I got nervous. So I found two 250 gig SSD drives.
Nice.
For
Those are
30,
good ones.
They were $30 at Micro Center.
What
Crucial.
brand is that?
Crucial.
Crucial.
Is it really?
Yeah. They're
Wow.
good. I've
Yeah,
used
Crucial are good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to upgrade my. I'm backing up everything right now, and you're gonna laugh how I'm backing everything up off my BSD box through tar. I am tar zipping. I'm not even ZFSing. I don't care. I need all my stuff to be intact.
Jesus.
So I'm using the good old tar. Tell you, tar zipping to save your life.
Wow, I mean, you get no, you got those on the cheap because I just bought two for my laptop and one for my desktop, and they ran me $80 a piece.
Wow,
Ooh.
yeah, because they had a sale. They had it was like an after New Year's sale, and they still had the tag on it. So I grabbed both of them and ran to the register.
I can imagine you running after seeing that. It's like,
I was like,
Charles is buying up like 20 at a time.
Go Ninja,
No,
go
it was
Ninja, go.
No, it was only
Like wearing disguises so you can get past the limits, you know? No, I was not here earlier. I want to buy 50 more hard drives.
He's like, hey, do you guys sell like an M2 hub or a M2 RAID?
Oh,
like,
man.
I'd be all about that.
Woo! That would have been crazy. But yeah, I said, man, it's good stuff.
Like a USB to PCI or to SATA drive thing. I don't know. There's something for that.
Could you imagine free BSD on SSD drives? Oh, screaming!
Hey, now, what's the life expectancy on those these days?
On an SSD?
Yeah. It still all depends on the read writes on the I/O. Right. You're not going to host a freaking SQL server on it, but for everyday tasks, I mean, you're going to get 10 years out of it on a regular laptop.
Make an OS drive out of it.
Oh yeah.
That's what those two drives. Here's the thing, right? In my BSD box right now that you see yourself on, I have two 4 terabyte I have two 4 terabyte drives in there that are mirrored with ZFS and a 1 terabyte SSD drive where all my VMs live.
Wow.
So I'm taking out those 4 terabyte drives and I'm installing FreeBSD on the SSD drives. Now with those 4 terabyte drives, that'll just be for like files and everything else that I've never really accessed because they're slower drives.
Cold storage.
See, I bought a bunch of 4T drives off of Amazon Prime Now. I don't know if you have Prime Now, but every once in a while they have really weird sales on like stuff that isn't selling well or whatever. And I got 5 of them and I threw them into a Drobo.
Huh.
And that's what I'm using for all of my data storage.
Yeah, Drobos are nice. As long as you have the one that is gigabit and all that fun stuff. Like the older school versions of them, were like FireWire and blah blah. But
I'm using the USB version because the Ethernet version had too much bloatware on it.
Okay.
Okay, it had all the you can connect here from anywhere in the world and look at your pictures and shit.
Yeah.
And even when you turn that shit off, you don't know what it's doing and you don't know if it's backdoored or not.
Yeah.
This is straight up. This is like a USB connection to my computer, and it's secure as fuck.
Yeah.
No one's gonna come in through a misconfigured
Drobo.
Google whack.
Yeah.
And also good news, my lube came in.
The 50-gallon.
The lube for my keyboard, because see, this is another keyboard that I'm building. This is the PVC right here.
Oh, that's neat.
Sexy.
With a mechanical keyboard. So yeah,
Well,
I'm rocking this out.
We were talking 55-gallon drums earlier.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So,
We just need a little smear on there to make it nice and pretty.
The cool part about the Rama, this one, now remember I said you can get the solderless ones? This one's actually a solderless one. I don't have to solder, thank God, because before I was soldering all of this.
Wow.
Now I just got the lube, which is this, for the stabilizers. Because the stabilizers are for the space bar and the enter key.
Hey, Charles.
Yes.
Just remember, a little goes a long way.
Yes.
A little
goes a long way.
Yeah, I don't want it to make it too slippery.
Oh no, I'm old school.
Gotta be careful, nerds. Like trying to catch a grease pig at the county fair, and I can tell you what about that because I've been in that competition. We did pretty good. Got 30 seconds.
Now these are the stabilizers.
Mary did that really well.
Yes, she did.
Like
I've actually caught a greased pig at the county fair, though. I have the shirt and everything.
That's good. That's cool, though. That's really cool.
What's the secret?
So
what's the secret of catching the greased pig? I want to know.
Now,
let Charles finish.
Oh, I was just saying, this is what the stabilizer looks like for the space bar.
Oh,
because when you grease it, when you lube it up and you put it in the keyboard, you see this little thing right here that they press down on. That allows you to press down on the keyboard and keep pressing it.
Yeah, it does.
You keep banging the space bar.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Now, what else is gonna tickle your fancy? This is for the enter key. So you need 2 stabilizers for this. So you need double. You need a DP. So that way you can get better traction on the enter button. Okay.
If you're having problems with traction on the enter key, you better try typing with 2 hands.
And I have to point out, Charles did just say double penetration, so.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, this is getting dirty.
I mean, he
Dude.
referenced
Oh my
DP.
God. That was awesome.
Sexy, man. Sexy.
Caught that date. Hey. Yeah.
All right.
No, Gen don't see me. He's showing me like LED heat sinks and shit, and I'm like, don't show me these things. Bad things happen. I gotta go now.
So, how much does that keyboard charge an hour?
About $3.
The lights make it go crazy. And
does it come with any like red lights?
This is a cute little.
God damn it! I was just about to say that.
It does. The LEDs are on the PPC board.
Nice.
And this is just a cool little keycap that I'm gonna add to it. A little heart.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that my little escape key.
I need to get molds and start making those.
Yeah.
I know someone on Twitch who makes custom keycaps. That's all she does.
These are all keycaps.
It's a lot of keycaps.
Oh man, dance them. Make some noise.
It's like Legos for even nerdier nerds.
It's true though.
I
love that mechanical keyboard. That tappy.
Yeah. And these are the switches that make the keyboard switch.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I need to get a trench coat with just keycaps and key switches on the inside. So,
Yeah.
hey, man, you want to buy some keycaps?
Dude, DerbyCon next year, you should totally be like trench coat keycap. Just splash people with keycaps.
But
I gotta find a really big coat.
Gendo, you need to also make a derby that is responsive keycap. So if someone goes up to you and starts, like punching the keys on your hat, then it will light up.
Oh my God, we have to do this now.
I can use the hat as a demo area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can. Oh man, we got to work on this now. It's a project.
That's what I was gonna put on there, right? On the hat itself, I was going to put the Yeah, you awake? I was gonna put the
Yes, your wife's awake. We know.
No, this one.
Hey.
So, I was gonna put the like the PVC inside the derby or on the derby, like cut the derby out and have it full of like PVC boards.
Oh,
and then put the keycaps and everything hooked on top of it. That'll be the hack the derby for next year.
Nice.
Hopefully I can win it. Yep. I got to get a derby.
Yeah, that'll be
get
fun.
The derby.
I'm gonna try to do it next year. So little update. If you guys saw my Twitter, my heater has not been working.
Oh, it's fine. You're in freaking Kansas or somewhere. It doesn't get cold there.
It's fine.
No, it gets cold.
You mean your monitors aren't working? What?
No. So right when I started talking about this, I got home, flipped the breaker, turned everything back on. Everything works fine. Breaker popped again. Like, right when you finished. Like, dang it.
And
I called my apartment building yesterday at about 3, and it's been more than 24 hours.
Do you is your furnace actually physically in your apartment somewhere?
It is.
But
it is behind a door that I do not have a key to, and I don't want to get.
Oh, you are such a bad person. You know there's no door that can keep people out. Who want to get in.
There is, and what's funny is if the maintenance guy ever shows up and looks at my desk and sees the lockpick just sitting there, he's gonna be like, "Why didn't you just pick it?" And it's like, because I'm not supposed to be in there, and I want to live here for a few years.
Yeah. So that's why you put the lock picks in a drawer somewhere.
No, you got to turn the thermostat down and just buy more monitors. That's what I do. I have all these on. I have the window up in the winter. I'm not even joking.
It's very hot in his room. I'll give him that. It's like stupid hot in there.
Well, I mean, but are you not you, Cappy? Gendo, are you still running CRTs like the massive ones? With LCDs, you're still getting that much heat
17 to 20 LCDs in here. Yes.
Holy
Last
crap.
count was 19 plus a 70-inch television.
Okay,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Never mind then.
My
Okay.
mistake.
So,
God knows what your power bill look like.
Yeah, that's
No.
$100 a month.
I can't talk. I used to have a Sun E250 in my apartment.
Hey,
man.
One of my old employees used to have one of those on for the main desktop at work.
That was my desktop at home.
Yeah, and every morning he would eat a Pop-Tart, or actually 2, But that's how he warmed his Pop-Tarts up. You put them on the back.
Yes.
This is bad. He's got a room down at the farm now, and of course, within like 3 days of being here, there's 9 monitors lined up, and there's more coming. So
I had a 3B that I used as a space heater.
Nice.
You hold on. I'm gonna show you
the world
of the Sun.
I will show you
what it looked like.
When I used to have the dual water cooling loops and my supercomputer behind me, oh lord, the output of 4 GTX 580s plus the dual Xeon 8 cores. Oh my god.
Hey, you don't happen to use Hashcat with that ever, do you?
Nope.
There you go. Sun E250. Check out the pic. Even had wheels. I had the wheels to roll it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah,
that thing heated up my whole apartment.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised mine's not heating up my apartment at all.
That would cost like $1,000 a month to run too.
Oh my god.
That was one of the craziest.
That was
the craziest things I ever did with that for heat control. I had a Commodore 64 that was
in the freezer.
Close, very close. I took the power supply and ripped off the bottom of it and sealed it off using shoe goo.
Yeah.
And then put it in a meatloaf pan full of ice cubes.
Nice.
So you had boiling water instantly.
Pretty much.
Oh.
I had a buddy back in the day who took a, like one of those mini fridges, the college dorm ones.
Yeah.
Built his computer into that refrigerator.
How well did that work?
But it worked fairly well. He ran 4 video cards, like decent video cards, for the time. They were maybe like a gig back then. But for the time, good video cards. He ran 4 of them, and the thing never got hot. I mean, it was in a refrigerator.
That poor thing.
That's actually a pretty interesting project now that I think about it. I've got a mini fridge from college that I
Don't do it.
not
Condensation. Condensation.
Yep, condensation. If
No,
you cool
but, like,
below ambient, you get condensation. That's the problem.
We had this experiment at DerbyCon where Gendo's a genius, and that's how we cooled some of the conversion boxes.
Now, what you can do is get a water cool loop on your computer and run it through the refrigeration coils. There actually are several units that will do that for you. So they'll cool the water down better.
Or you can make your own copper coils and put them in the ground.
You could do that too. I mean, there's multiple ways to tackle that problem.
Not sure how my landlord would feel about copper cables coming outside.
No, copper tubing.
Oh, copper tubing. Never mind.
Yeah, just tell him you got a still. You're making some moonshine.
Hey, I'm looking to sell all this water cooling equipment.
That probably would be fine in my state.
I have some of the biggest radiators they make for computer water cooling. Oh my god, it's Voltron. But yeah, if anybody wants some water cooling parts, let me know.
No, AP, he's in Kansas. It wouldn't be moonshine. It'd be meth.
Well, you know.
Shake and bake, brother.
Crazy days.
Damn it! I wanted that Voltron when I was a kid so badly.
Man.
I have my.
My daughter loves my taster with it.
Like my
she likes
original.
my taster with it.
And you know they came out with new Voltrons here, like within the last couple of years. Is that one of the newer ones? That looks like it because they look a little bit smaller, isn't it?
No, it's big. It's big like the original. I actually got this off
last
eBay.
night.
But yeah, they do have some newer ones. Like I've seen 2 different kinds. One was plastic, and one was like
steel. This is,
what was a metal
cast
one?
iron.
Okay.
Iron cast.
Yeah.
I want the original. I don't like all this stealth re-envisions, new rebooted series. I want the original.
This is original. I bought this off of eBay. The reason it looks so clean because I bought some cleaner. Because the person that was selling this was just selling the old toys, period, off of eBay, and I bought it off of eBay.
Yeah.
And I cleaned it up a little bit. Of course, the legs are loose a little bit because it's an old toy. But my daughter likes chasing it around. I bought that, and that's when I got the original Megatron.
That is not Megatron.
That's Optimus Prime.
Come on, Charles.
No. She's got my Megatron.
She's got my Megatron.
Damn, she got my Megatron.
All right.
Stop, no matter the cost.
I'll tell you, my action figures,
get me out of this.
my action figures are in constant danger.
This I believe.
Yeah, I want to go pull all my Ava figures out now and show them off because I got all my pretties.
My other Mac.
Oh.
That's not Megatron.
No. I don't know where Megatron went. He's somewhere. Go get him.
I was talking to Mary the other day. I'm so pissed that you can't have gun Megatron anymore. They have him turned into everything else. Next thing you're gonna have him turned into a fucking MacBook.
I'm pretty sure I've seen one, and it's expensive. They did some kind of mass line.
No, I used to sell them when I worked at HKT. We got them from Japan, but before we could reship them, we had to take them out of the box, turn them into the robot, and stick them back in the box. So you couldn't see them.
Yeah, turn them into the robot.
You got to get it imported, or you got to, buy the Japanese or the masterpiece or whatever. It's like, oh.
Robot that's not disguised.
Now I even got a Ryu for Christmas.
Ooh.
A Ryu. So.
Oh, nice.
It's a little chibi Ryu. Nice.
Yeah, a little cheesy one. She likes this.
Is Ryu Dragon Ball Z?
Oh God, it's Ryu Dragon Ball Z.
No, it's not Dragon Ball Z.
I have no idea.
Street Fighter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Street Fighter 2.
I've played Street Fighter a handful of times in my life, but I know
But if you look at that little character, Doogie, it looks like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Because it does. Israel.
Yes.
You're gonna catch these hands.
Whatever. Nobody's ever
Someone's
gonna
gonna
see
have their
you
nerd
again.
card revoked.
That's fine.
I'm
surprised Israel's wearing a different hat.
Jack, are you eyeing your stateside?
What?
Stateside.
No, this get at. Nope. Here we go. Okay. Check it out. Now Now this her.
Oh my God, no!
She loves it. She's look at her. She's picking it up. That ain't it.
Oh my God! It's eating it.
That is a strong child.
Yes. But she's moving it around. I'm scared. She's 1 year old doing this, so I'm scared what 2 is gonna look like.
Worse.
Lock everything up.
What? Oh my God!
Hide your toys.
I'm trying.
Why are we hiding toys?
Because we have kids, young kids.
Sometimes things happen. You know.
No, hide them.
Sometimes you gotta take them away from the children.
Oh my God! No! Found my old. I'm about to put this to use though.
Wow.
This is Cisco ASA 5505.
Oh hell, I've got one of those in a box over here.
What's in the box?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this puppy to use because OpenBSD might not be cutting it. Oh my God! Yes.
Now I miss my other room. I miss my room away from home. God.
Oh yeah, because I have all the cool shit down here that you love so much because it's my shit. All my cool shit.
Is that a painted figurine or is that pre-painted?
That's the McFarlane Ava 01.
Right.
And then this is Ray with toast because I actually had Ray with toast. Because I love her. And I also have Ray in her plug suit. Look at how pretty she is. She's so pretty.
All my computers are Evangelion themed, and she has all the figures in that.
All of them. Yeah.
I have to.
I got more. I had the Kaiju ones.
It's coming to Netflix.
The only anime I could ever get into was like Cowboy Bebop, and well, Rama 1/2 wasn't bad.
I love Cowboy Bebop.
Oh come on, Cowboy Bebop's the shit.
I got Cowboy Bebop in high definition. I was playing it nonstop while I was there.
And my 2 friends.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be. They're talking about doing a live. They're talking about doing a live action version of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, that I want to see.
Between that and my little zipper.
Hey,
they did a live action version of Ghost in the Shell, and they had what was her name?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson play Motoko Kusanagi. Yeah.
Hottie McHottie Pants.
Yeah, right.
Actually, oh, nice.
Oh, is that Soundwave?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Anybody
cool. Yeah, I remember we got that shit in too. God, man, that's so much fun.
Oh my God.
Look!
Oh my God!
Look what that actually says, though.
Dude.
Nice.
That is classic.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? I got my toy collection here, but none of you would recognize any of the stuff I've got.
Well, what do you got?
It's way too old, man. I got stuff like Woods the Owl. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, from like the H&R Puff and stuff and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I know shit. I lived with a dude, and he worked at a comic book store.
Shit. I got shit like Jason the Star Command.
Gendo, Lucky, I had Pen. Did you see I had Pen?
Oh
no.
My God.
I had Pen up there too. You didn't even notice.
Real quick, is there anything left on the show notes?
No.
Yeah, we learned that a while ago.
Okay.
It wasn't very long
further
tonight.
reading.
Yeah.
Is a random.
Yeah,
I did hear a random.
I can tell from the gold cartridge, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Liz has got something. Go for it, man.
Her random thing Apple's pushing for.
What's that?
An encryption, a USB encryption spec, which This a bit perplexes me. I mean, it's just to encrypt data on the wire to the threat models. The threat, the state is detect against being compromised at plugging your phone into a airport USB port. But as it was, I have a difficult time understanding how any kind of encryption scheme would do that.
No, this is going to be something about repairs, third-party repairs.
It almost certainly will end up that way. You can imagine that they're going to try to make it so you can only charge with authorized Apple bricks.
So
Yeah, I can see that
with your authorized Apple equipment and shove it somewhere painful.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
like my travel charger is not an authorized Apple. Blah blah blah.
Who the fuck buys Apple anymore? Really?
Hey, yeah. Well, that's actually a good point. We were watching that whole thing over at your house the other day. It was a joke.
I had Mary watching Louis Rossman because he is hilarious.
Oh my god, that was something. That was definitely something.
He does really quality repairs, and Apple has seized his shipment parts. They are so butthurt.
Well, the butt hurts.
Butthurt. Okay, let's hit the other stuff real quick. So everybody who has asked, hey, is there anything else on the show notes? We can finally confirm that there is not. There's currently a Chromecast vulnerability. They submitted the vulnerability back in 2014. They did not address it.
What?
And so, how did that work out? A guy was able via YouTube to how'd that work? Send out the YouTube video to people who essentially whoever he specified. I think he was able to get it to those Chromecasts, and they could show any YouTube video they wanted, as well as bring up a pop-up on the Chromecast screen, which was interesting.
Oh god, that would be so useful for sending horrible videos like walls fall out to everyone.
Yeah, and essentially, I think he did it to like 1,000 people. And essentially, what he did on the pop-up was, you're sitting behind such and such a router, and it's allowing your Chromecast to, fully touch the public internet. Like, did something like that.
See, why can't it just be more creative?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably butchering it, but that was.
No, but if you're gonna hack into 1,000 people's TVs, and make them watch something, make them watch like a John Waters film, or like the parade scene in Caligula, or the Holy Mountain. I mean, make it something interesting.
I'm amazed this wasn't used for ads or something.
It could be. I mean, because essentially they could show anything they wanted.
Oh,
like even like private, non-published YouTube videos, types of thing. They could do anything they wanted with it.
That'd be great for repair scammers too.
Yeah, that definitely could be. Okay, and the second thing on the other stuff is fake hand beats vein authentication. So how they've been.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so how they've been like starting to do what's it called?
Biometrics?
Yeah, biometrics, but using like the veins of the hands to be able to identify somebody. So they made a fake hand and fake veins inside of it, but had stuff similar to blood going through it, and they were able to fake out the biometric scanners with it.
Was this Mythbusters?
No.
I'm amazed.
No, this is legit stuff.
Though I did see that Adam Savage is going to be coming back with a new show somewhere.
Oh god, I can't wait for that. They busted a lot of that security stuff for like the eye scanning and that.
Those damn security people stuff.
Hey.
Well, this reminds me of the time the CCC was it captured Angela Merkel's fingerprint off of like a wine glass or something like that using a bit of glue and tape. Yeah, so biometrics are very easily faked.
Oh,
It's so
Actually, hold that thought. Cheap biometrics are easily faked.
Well, I mean, it all depends. I did see people, they were this week too, and I didn't get it on the show notes. I read it earlier in the week, or last week. They were able to 3D print fingerprints. No, it was AI printed fingerprints, and they could essentially get fingerprints within a certain variable where like 40 or 50 different fingerprints could take the place of 1,000 biometric fingerprints, or maybe even been less than that. But
like a skeleton key?
Yeah, so kind of like one fingerprint was worth 150 to 200 or so plus different fingerprints.
Yeah.
Is that because of similarities or just weak hardware?
Yeah, so similarities in fingerprints and just the allowance for difference. You know, somebody pressed a little too hard, a little too soft, this or that.
This sounds like it's going to be a nightmare for national security.
Oh, eventually, yeah. Again, why biometrics are not a good option. We've already had, 20 other reasons why biometrics are not a good option. This just compounds it even more.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's why biometrics is also backed up by something else.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No.
Well, usually it's two-factor. We had we had ID cards and fingerprint when we were working out in Hollywood, so we always did two.
Yeah, biometrics should never be the primary, the solo, the only. Ever, ever, ever.
Nothing
you
should ever
always
be
have to have something you know.
Isn't that a cat from Kiki's delivery service?
Yes, it's Gigi and Peachon.
Yay!
Per yoga.
So thinking of, or going back to the skeleton fingerprint things, or skeleton key fingerprint things, with the rise of deep fakes last year, if we start doing facial recognition that way, if you could potentially compile or composite a bunch of different faces together to one generic face that's generated by AI, what's the odds that Apple's Face ID, when that face or one of those faces or a number of those faces are 3D printed, that it unlocks multiple phones?
Well, if you're Asian, you can just look at anyone's phone because apparently Apple can't distinguish Chinese from Chinese, which is ridiculous.
I always.
It's a true story. Go look it up. It happened earlier this year. The person was pissed because their coworker could unlock the phone.
That's because they use a limited sample set to teach the AI. Yeah. You must have a larger sample set to teach the AI.
How could you not have a larger sample set than the Chinese?
How do you enforce the COC on an AI?
All right, so
I always thought the Apple thing was by heat base, like measuring the infrared. So yeah.
The thing worries me about the deep fakes is not so much people making porn of other people, but being able to actually trust the news ever again.
Oh yeah! Imagine people posting, insert politician here saying they like to fuck children and to hell with the USA, go ISIS.
So there's been a lot of that in pop culture. In terms of at least TV shows. In Altered Carbon, there was a scene like that where they replaced a guy where he was in a place, but then they put him in another place to make it look like. So there's pieces of the story, and then there was another one where it
sounds like there were lots of places.
Yeah, there were a lot of places. Yeah. I'm not explaining it very well, but in The Expanse, which I finally finished the third season of, there was a fully faked video from different audio pieces and taking a shot of a person from different angles that they were able to mimic a full thing. So that's not out of the realm of possibilities, and the idea has been set there for years now.
Well, wasn't that the whole? They did a whole film on that too, and honestly, after what we did on Benjamin Button, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a lot easier in visual effects to do swaps and change outs, so it's not that far off.
And considering all the other stuff they can do with backdooring into your computer, apparently all the unknown vulnerabilities, and they can create a video like that and then put a bunch of files on your computer, and no one will ever believe that you're innocent, and they will railroad you and they will put you in a deep dark hole where no one will ever find you. So you better stay in line.
That reminds me of some revenge kits I heard some hacker groups use years and years back. Just pre-install TrueCrypt and some child porn pictures on your target's computer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they were clearly trying to hide this child pornography, so the FBI is not going to really how likely the FBI going to buy the story that it was planted there.
That's funny because I remember this really old movie with Will Smith called Enemy of the State. I could swear that was in there.
I'm turning. You talk about Enemy of the State. I'm turning into Edward Lyle very, very quickly. I mean, I live in a warehouse. Say what?
Are you in the bathroom?
No. Would you like me to be?
No.
I could be if the price is right. I mean, I do have 4K.
Well, let's make a deal. No, I just switched from my Bluetooth to my hardwired headset.
I've been having a horrible time with Bluetooth this week.
I'm sorry. Also, I had the bathroom computer here at Mary's house down there in that room running the 6 monitors.
He does. All right, I got a jet though because my husband needs me.
Okay.
All right.
Later.
All right. Later.
Bye.
Well.
Okay, not you guys suck. Now I got to buy a G1 Megatron.
Yeah, you do.
And now I'm looking all over.
Everyone should have a G1 Megatron. Yeah, I especially want Starscream. I loved him. He was such a little asshole.
I like Cyclonus.
My favorite is Blur. But
I still have Blur.
I like Jazz and Hound, and Bumblebee, of course, is.
I like Dr. Shrinker.
I want if I were to get any of them, I would get Rodimus Prime.
Classic.
That was cool.
Eroticus what?
Rodimus Prime.
Erogenous Prime. Let me look that one up.
All about his rod.
Have fun accidentally Googling that.
Oh, look up Rule 34 Transformers.
Rule 34.
No. To anyone.
Or have you seen the politically correct Transformers?
Yes.
Oh. What?
Oh my god. I'm waiting for Deepfake's Transformer report.
Here it comes. Boom. It's in the chat.
Oh no.
No, it is pretty funny. It is.
Oh, it's Flash Gits. These guys are funny.
Now, I still say though, you got to check out the other one. It's a 2-parter called Rave on Cobra Island. If you're into the He-Man stuff, you'll find that one on YouTube.
What's it called?
Rave on Cobra Island.
Okay.
That reminds me, I got to get rid of all these toys. Jesus, I have so much shit.
Do you have Transformers?
Transformers, G.I. Joe, Lego. I've got Robotech shit for more recently, but you name it, I probably have it or have heard of it. I've got Mask. I've got the Mountain and a couple of the vehicles.
Do you have Bionic 6?
I wish.
How many Transformers do you have?
Oh, I want to see about 40 or 50. I have most of the G-Stalts from G1. Because I love
do you want to get rid of them?
I think I'm going to have to here because I'm going to have to size down. They're one of the things I really do want to hold on to, but if I have to get rid of them, I have to get rid of them.
Let's talk.
Hey, I already got dibs on the Transformers.
Ouch.
I want the 2600 in the Pong Brigade.
Quick question: did you all already cover the town of Salem getting breached?
No, I didn't see that one. That just come out today.
I guess so.
Talk about it.
One.
Well, I just saw the link in one of the chats I'm in. Let's see here.
Oh, it's a video. I thought you meant like the actual town of Salem. I so am not into games.
I'll just paste a link. I'm driving right now. I'll go ahead and paste a link into.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll give a brief overview for anybody listening. Blank Media Games, developer of Town of Salem, has suffered data breach, which has affected 7.6 million players. It was reported by Dehashed. Evidence of the server access surfaced on 28th of December. Showing that the hackers had accessed Blank Media Games' full database of player information. This includes usernames, emails, passwords, IP, game and forum activity, and payment information.
Blood type and social security. Jesus.
Yeah, heck yeah. 8.3 million accounts in total. 7.6 million accounts had unique email addresses.
I've never even heard of these guys.
Yeah, I haven't either. Remote file inclusion. Caused by local file inclusion or remote file inclusion.
This looks like a kids game thing, like the penguin. Remember that site with the penguins?
Club Penguin?
Yeah.
Well, Habbo Hotel.
No,
Yeah.
Club. Wait, what?
Yeah. The pool is closed.
Oh,
that was not the penguin stuff. There was some of the Club Penguin stuff as well. But yeah, like a penguin hanging out in front of an oven and just chatting. I wonder if my Jews are done.
What? Really? Wow.
Do you remember the pool is closed?
Yes, I remember that very much so.
Right.
I was not part of the initial. I was not part of that raid, sadly.
It was the pool is closed due to AIDS.
And then they freaking got an actual pool to close and publicly state it was due to AIDS.
Those are some vintage memes, son.
Well, they also did the raid where they had a bunch of they had black avatars and they made a swastika with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god, I remember that. Oh god.
Yep.
Then they tried doing anniversary raids, but the problem with that was by the time they did the anniversary, they had removed the whatever you want to call it. They allowed characters to walk through each other at that point, so they could no longer close off the pool. For those listening who don't understand what this was an old browser game where there was one of the rooms in the game featured a swimming pool. The entrance to the swimming pool was a single square, and characters for a time were not passable. Like, you could not have one character pass through another. So one person just stood in front of it and kept saying, "Pool is closed." Inside the pool were a bunch of people, a bunch of Afro guys, and their avatars were shaped, were standing, which put together formed a swastika.
It's supposed to look like an anime version of something of Jules from Pulp Fiction.
I thought it was more pixel art, and the guy
it was not anime,
looked
but
like Jules from
Yeah.
Jules from Pulp Fiction.
Some of those weedoos like.
God, this is going back like 15 years at least.
I can
That's not
take you
been that
back.
long.
I can take you back further.
2006, so not quite that long.
I mean, isn't that's not even that came after all your base.
I miss Mongler.
Oh, the cockmongler.
Yeah, I miss him.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And for some reason, it's just weird to me. Alex Jones did the exact same face, but apparently he had never heard of the cockmongler. And I was looking through threads, the Twitter thread after he posted that face and said make a meme out of it, and I couldn't find a single person referencing the cockmongler, not a one. And it was the weirdest shit to me. I mean, are all these fucking assholes and trolls? None of them been on 4chan?
Oh, do you remember FDA?
Oh God! I remember the song.
Which song? There were a bunch of them.
Not coming to mind.
Taint of Love.
Taint of Love was the big one. Yeah.
I mean, I know Blood Ninja, Hamster Dance. Those were kind of my earlier days stuff that I remember. And someone tricking me into looking at Goatsy.
FDA was fuck that ass. I still have some of the original stickers that they made that they handed out. I got rid of a toolbox recently that had that sticker on it. I tried to peel it off, but it wouldn't come off. The video for Taint of Love is fucking hilarious, though.
The Flash video animation? Oh, God.
Yes, it's fucking hilarious.
Taint of Love?
Taint, T-A-I-N-T, Taint of Love. The first, like, while the Flash animation was loading, it gives you advice on how to have safe anal sex. And then when the video starts playing, you'll see all kinds of fucked up references. Like you're in this gay club, and you can see these people are banging away inside of the bathroom stalls. You see like a Big Bird and Snuffleupagus and RoboCop and some other robot, and it's just there you go.
I would share my screen, but I have too much shit up.
I still have this MP3.
Back in the days of Newgrounds.
Newgrounds is still a thing? Not surprisingly.
It's still out there. But...
They're actually, and for some, they actually have enough money where they're paying artists to make original content that's only on Newgrounds.
The absolute best thing about this music video is the last 4 seconds.
Just this one, that's for sure. Let's get rocking to the core. Ain't no pumping till you're sore. I got you on all fours. Now take it, you no good, dirty whore. Taint of Love.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Wow.
But I'm telling you, the last 4 seconds are the best.
All day. Now I know I've got to
Lube it up.
Got to use 2 fingers first. If you don't, you'll start to curse. Lather it up, lube it down. Slap it down, pop it, and hear the rectal squirts. Let's stop before you burst, or you'll be leaving.
Here it comes.
All right.
That last part's the best.
It saddens me. I don't think I'll ever find the initial Flash animation. It wasn't the first time I saw Goatsy. It's probably like the 4th or 5th time, but I don't think I'll ever find that animation.
The Goatsy animation?
No, there was in Ike and IRC, there was someone who posted a link to an animation. There were 2 stick figures dancing around with a heavily pixelated background. There's like do 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 like music or them saying do do do, and then it zoomed out and it turned out they were dancing in the Goatsy guy's asshole.
Oh yes. Have you seen the one though where they show how Goatsy got that way?
You mean the Giver?
No, it's the same Goatsy picture, except the guy's got a fire extinguisher shoved up his ass.
I have not seen that, but that actually brings to mind some images I've seen which make me question the human anatomy.
Oh, like One Guy, One Jar?
No, more so a gallery of opposite insertion pictures, and some of the things that actually fit in there makes me. It's not so much erotic as I think. I think medical students would have a tough time answering what I saw.
I think Rotten.com had a gallery of anal objects or something like that.
I've seen 3 guys form Voltron.
How many of you remember AFB?
AFB.
Albino Black Sheep.
Anal Fissure Bob.
Oh God. Yep.
It was a text only thing in Usenet News, and it was about a guy who had an anal fissure, and he named it Bob, and he told the whole story, like from when he found it to the surgery and the whole bit there.
Hollywood's going to make that into a movie pretty soon at this rate.
Well, they want to put Mr. Hands into a movie first. Oh, and yeah, just so you know, the Mr. Hands phone number is mine, so. Or are you youngins too young to remember Mr. Hands?
I remember Mr. Hands and how he died. I didn't remember any kind of number.
Oh, no, I have a phone number, which is area code beep, 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 Mr. Hands, MRHANDS.
Ah.
But, yeah, he died. The only reason he died is because he refused to go to the ER until it was too late.
Oh, that guy! Oh! I like to tell that story. That's always fun.
I've got the video. I got the original video.
Oh, I only remember the name Mr. Hands, but I don't really recall anything related to it.
Okay, Mr. Hands.
He loved horses.
Well, that was the name of the horse, actually. It was called Mr. Hands.
Oh, I thought he was there. Okay.
There was a farm up in Washington State that was well known for people who wanted to go up there and practice zoophilia. Or I want to fuck animals or be fucked by animals. And this guy, I think he worked for Boeing. Had wanted to have a horse give him the high hard one. And it happened, and they made a video of it. And a couple of things about it that were kind of interesting were the only thing he said during the whole thing was after it was done, you see this giant horse cock come popping out of the guy, and he says, "Did he come?" And then it goes to black. Now, that in itself is pretty funny, but he went home and for 4 days was like in raw agony. If he had gone to the ER, he would have lived. But finally, he passed out, and his roommate took him to the ER, and they were like, "Sorry, man, he's gone."
Well, that's what's called. I would say shame may have, made him not go to the ER and explain how this thing happened. But at the same time, he got recorded.
If your life is on the line, I mean, hello.
No, you got to go to the ER dressed as a cowboy.
Yeah. I tripped and my horse fell on me.
That happens to so many wives, though, doesn't it? Oh, he just tripped and his dick fell in me.
Oh, that is from The Last Boy Scout. What did you do? Slip and fall and your dick ended up in my wife? Gee, Mrs. A, sorry, just not my day.
I love that movie.
I do too. Now, let me get you something. Now, how many of you are familiar? You're now, well, say now you're familiar. If you're familiar with Mr. Hands, do you remember Mr. Ed?
That name sounds very familiar. I really should know.
It was an old TV show about a talking horse.
Oh, God, where's this going?
Well, it's going to the link I'm putting in the chat right now.
Oh, Wilbur.
Exactly. Grab that. Play that. What I just put in the chat. One of my more interesting original creations.
Oh.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can fuck with a horse, of course, unless, of course, the man with the horse is the famous Mr. Hands. Go right to the source and ask the horse, he'll give it to you with alarming force. Up your ass with no remorse with the famous Mr. Hands.
All right.
Let's go into the Grammys this year.
that was the theme song from the original Mr. Ed, just slightly modified.
Slightly, just like the guy, Mr. Hands, was slightly modified.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we see where this show is going. Want to go ahead and stop the broadcast?
Well, how about
I
this?
think so. It's about time.
What is the absolute earliest meme you can remember? Because I will beat you. I will beat you if you can come up with a meme that's earlier than the one I've got. Then you win.
Ding, fuzzer done, ding, fuzzer done, ding, fuzzer done, ding, fuzzer gun.
Well, the one I've got predates that.
I'm thinking the one I can really remember is a song about only in Kenya.
There's gonna be lions only in Kenya. Only in Kenya they've got lions. Predates that, and it's on a music video.
Early 19th century.
Oh, 19th century email. That's a good one, but that was
all your bass all belong to us. Is maybe I don't remember which came first, that or the ones about Kenya.
Oh yeah.
No, all your bass came before Kenya, but they were within the same couple of years. But the one I'm thinking of predates both of them.
I used to work at the university library, and before that, I worked as a consultant, and I had time.
The earliest meme that I can remember seeing and that I've ever seen, it was a Photoshop meme, and it spread everywhere. It's so old, it had a web circle. If you remember web circles.
Oh, dude, okay.
Do you remember web circles?
Vaguely, but tell me what the damn meme was.
Mr. T ate my balls.
Oh, Mr. T ate my balls. Shit, yeah.
That's one of the old. I cannot find any memes previous to that one.
So,
I mean, the stuff was only invented. Oh, by that one atheist guy. How many years ago?
Oh, what's another old meme? Nah, Ding Fraser Dunn was well before.
Yep.
I was thinking about Leroy Jenkins.
They used Peter Griffin in Ding Fraser Dunn.
All right, 96 is when apparently the whole eat my balls thing came up.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, those balls are good. All right, let me see. What Ding Fraser Dunn? I'm gonna say Ding Fraser Dunn probably predates it, at least as far as the song.
Because it was an original video. Family Guy did do a version of it where Peter works at Burger King, and
they copied it though. It was originally
yeah, that's right. It was originally a Mongoloid.
Yeah.
Ding Fraser Dunn. Yeah, that's right.
Do you want an apple pie with that? Do you want an apple pie with that? Ding Fraser Dunn. Ding Fraser Dunn.
Yeah, that was 2003.
Oh, okay.
So I guess the other one beats it. At least that maybe that's just that. Let's go look at some other shit.
The reason I remember Mr. T ate my balls is because that when I first met the CDC was at one of the Hope conventions, and I made a big batch of Super Balls that said the CDC ate my balls. And
the song came out
down the hallway.
The song came out in like '94, but not necessarily all the videos that were made around it. Sounds like a Dr. Demento kind of,
Yeah. Dr. Demento, now there's some age right there.
I know a meme that technically is older than I am. That's funny. And the
Kilroy was here.
Kilroy was, yeah,
Kilroy was here is actually World War II.
Yep, it wasn't called a meme at the time, but it certainly would qualify.
Yep. Oh, I mean, there wasn't really an internet for a meme to be in. I mean, there were plenty of things like Kilroy was here back then that was just street graffiti.
Apparently, it came up by Richard Dawkins, The Selfish Gene.
Yeah, but nothing really endured like Kilroy.
Apparently, there was a trend in like the 1830s of college students misspelling words and pronouncing them correctly. If some kind of weird shit, and apparently that's one of the possible origins of the term "okay" or all correct. So,
wait.
If you wanted to do something like that, check out "Fart in the Duck."
Oh boy.
Fart in the Duck is it's a Flemish children's TV show about gnomes that live inside of mushrooms. It was a live action TV show, and they do this song about the guy that has a hole in his roof, and it literally sounds like he's saying "fart in the duck," and they do a closed caption of what it sounds like he's saying. And even though it's not what it sounds like he's saying "fart in the duck," and he's actually saying something in Flemish.
Oh my sweet dear lord!
It's beautiful.
This is like a fucking fever dream. This is the stuff nightmares are made of. Why did they show this to children?
Because it was the 6th.
A fart in the duck?
Yeah, I don't know how old that is.
This looks like the 90s!
Did I just hear the robotic ghost of Christmas Past or something like that?
Yeah. No, that was the opening of FDA. Oh, the whole thing that started FDA was it was an audio sample from a porn movie.
What's what if you've been to the website, he fucked. Have you ever been to that website?
Which one?
He fucked.
Oh God, not in a long time.
I know he fucked.
Actually, I should be checking that because that. Ooh, I should be looking for my monkey videos there.
Monkey video?
I've been researching this really weird psychological phenomenon that happens in humans. Okay, this is going to sound really weird, but there's a condition under which when people are exposed to something that is just way too fucking cute, like way, way, way beyond way cute, they have a negative reaction to it, where the brain actually forces them to have a negative reaction to something so cute, and they I have to destroy it, I have to kill it. They've done brain scans of people, and they have evidence of this thing existing, and they're trying to use it as a proof for why some people have a deep-rooted hate of monkeys. And the proof of this is on YouTube. If you look at PETA protest videos, okay, where the PETA people go in undercover into the primate research labs, and you see the guys in there just fucking these monkeys up, like injecting them with shit and cutting their eyeballs out and doing all this like really bizarre medical research, but it's all seemingly legit. But it's like they say it's torture to the monkeys. That's one thing. PETA's saying we got to stop this medical research. Like, they have this one where they put a cone on the monkey's mouth and make it breathe in these vapors and see how long it takes it to die. Or, like I was talking about earlier, medical research where they inject the monkeys with chemical warfare chemicals and then they let the medics try to save them. The comments are where the weirdness comes in. People are like, oh my God, this is horrible. How could you do such a thing? And then all of a sudden it turns into, oh man, that's so awesome. I wish you would step on it until its eyeballs popped out. You've got to kill that tree rat. What a piece of vermin. I would have skinned it alive and put it in boiling water. And like these people are just going absolutely fuck nuts over fantasies of killing these monkeys. And they're like these 4-hour-old like little cute looking things that almost look like something you'd buy in a toy store. And they start this whole argument about people. There's like you're a psycho, you're an axe murderer, you're a mass murderer waiting to happen. But they've been researching this and finding that there's actual like biochemical proof of cuteness overload met with violence in the brain.
I wonder if this could be related when adult lion dies, male, and another comes into the pack, he kills all the children of the previous adult.
That's common. That's very common.
Yeah, that's common in a lot of species.
Yep.
There's footage of monkeys doing that too. But I'm talking about people that are like, okay, they show up. Okay, in India, they still have monkey gods, right? So there's this section of India where people go to feed the monkeys and interact with them. And the monkeys get used to it and they take the food and shit and they hang out in the road. So, of course, they end up being roadkill most of the time. And they show these people, they go out there, they see a monkey that's like a complete splatter platter, right? I mean, this thing is dead and its guts are dried 10 feet down the road, right? They cover it in flowers. And a lei, if you know what a lei is, like when you chain flowers together into a thing, you put it around your neck. and then they carry it over to the side of the road, and they dig a hole, and they fill the hole with flowers, and put the corpse in there and cover it back up and do all this ceremonial shit. And they have people they have monks who just hang out there and do this because the monkeys are getting splattered, on a pretty regular basis because they don't quite understand cars.
I've done that for animals. I found like roadkill and that. I buried them and that. I've never enjoyed seeing it like that. But there is a subgenre, a very niche, I think, fetish thing of women in high heels stepping on small animals.
Oh yeah, I knew
Crush,
in college.
Crush videos. Yeah.
Listen to that. He ended up cornering a girl and trying to get him to step on some kind of Play-Doh bug. Maybe he was working his way up to a actual bug. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it depends on what it is. It goes from if you do the quote unquote dark web thing, there's people who do it with actual animals, and there are people who do it with objects. Like it's kind of like what I was talking about, the Brazilian cake fart porn. It's kind of like that. They have people who step on. They have women in high heels who step on eggs, and the funny thing is. There are people who pay money for this.
Yep, thanks for that, Randy, by the way.
Oh, and here's an example. I'm pasting one right now. This one, I mean, you might be just slightly upset when you see this, but this is a parody Crush video that people thought was funny. I'll tell you right now, just so you don't get too freaked out. It's a woman in high heels stepping on a watermelon, but it's done in the Star Trek theme.
I don't know. I remember hearing about some of these people stepping on live animals like kittens and that. I'm like, nothing pisses me off more than animal abuse or children being abused or something like that. That just sets me right off.
Yeah, that stuff's been around for ages. That goes back to an old video from the 80s, which people were laughing at for the longest time. It was called Faces of Death.
Oh, yeah.
And like 3/4 of that was fake. It was totally fake. And they had this one where supposedly they captured a monkey and cracked its head open and ate its brains while it was still alive. And it was totally faked. But people were flipping out over it for years. And then finally the guy came out and said, guys, it's fake.
Tell you right now, anyone who comes in here and fucks with our animals, one of us is leaving the body bag.
Please.
I will fucking go John Wick on someone for that shit.
I saw a beautiful cartoon about that. A little comic strip where they had like what was it? Fucking Iron Man and Iron Man and somebody else.
Doctor Strange.
The Tin Man.
And then they had the guy with the what's his name? The super colossal guy who has all the stones in his glove. Yeah. And he's like, what are you going to send up against me now? And they put a puppy there. And Thanatos is like, fuck you, bam, and he destroys the puppy. And everyone starts laughing. They go, what's so funny? And you see John Wick stands up and goes, hey, has anyone seen my new dog?
Oh, shit!
And like Iron Man and the other dude like high-five each other.
That'll do it. Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, it was just the weirdest thing that there are these people who are psychologically driven to like go off and go, yes, kill it.
Yeah, and those people are future psychopaths.
And inhabitants of ancient Rome.
Oh God, ancient Rome. Have you ever seen the movie, the uncut version of Caligula?
No, I think I have the cut version. I can't watch it.
There's this one scene where they have this parade float that has rotating blades in front of it, and the road that it travels down has people buried up to their necks in like rocks or whatever. And as the parade float comes by, their heads get chopped off.
You see, I worked in horror, and I've done movies like that. I can work on them, but I can't watch them. Like, I've had stuff I've worked on, and I've dealt with it, but I could not watch it in the theater.
Which is odd, because I've had a lot of exes who really enjoy horror films and like the police shows like NCIS or Law and Order and that.
I'm okay if I can break it down on an EMS level if I'm doing it that way, but I can't just watch horror. I can't handle it.
What about the Holy Mountain?
Is that weird abstract art film?
Yeah, it's a very, very weird art film.
And that's not the only one, too. That guy made more of them.
Oh, yeah, he made a bunch of movies. He wanted to make his own version of Doom.
Interesting.
Which I thought was kind of fun. But this it comes full circle to the world famous Disney song. It's a fucked world after all. It's a fucked world.
Balls deep in the earth.
Oh God.
I'm living my best life. Woo!
I need more monitors hooked up to this laptop.
And the beautiful thing is we're still live.
No, we're not.
I was wondering.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Wait, which monitor? I've got like 6 up there.
I'm debating which one because I have an HDMI out, but I think I can only plug in one at a time. It won't take 2.
There's a box of adapters next to you.
I know there is. I'm thinking about it. Fuck it.
I'm up here. I'm up here building Postgres databases.
Should be HDMI on this anyway.
Having fun SQL scripting Postgres databases.
Did you say N-trail scripting? Is that what it's
Wow. Somebody get Mary a beer.
That reminds me, Mary, have you cleaned out that shed yet?
Which shed? Oh, the one with all the animal parts in it?
Yes!
No.
He said, yeah.
I've seen some shit, let me tell you.
I've done some shit. He hasn't even been here on kill day. He pretty much made me promise that I won't murder any of his bunnies, so they all have to find pet homes now.
They're too cute.
Oh man, there's a lot of YouTube videos about that. About how to humanely slaughter your.
I humanely slaughter them all the time. That's why I raise meat rabbits. But,
they're too cute to be slaughtered. God damn it!
He's fallen in love with the fat little bunnies, so I can't eat this batch at all. I have to find them all homes.
Hey, who fell in love with the bunnies?
Gendo.
Well, let him eat them.
He won't. I already fed him one. He doesn't want to eat any of the ones that he knows personally.
I don't want to eat anything that I've met before.
Well, you never met a cow?
I haven't eaten any of the cows I've met to my knowledge.
All the food.
I with them and they come over. They all look over at me and they come over.
Actually, they believe that he's one of their people and it's hilarious. I have pictures. The donkeys did it with him too. I've never seen the donkey walk over. And the donkey's like, "Oh, you're my new friend."
Oh yeah, I've seen the thing with cows giving people hugs and stuff and like trying to sit in their laps.
There we go. Now we have 2 monitors.
Sometimes I feel like Jesus, God.
Well, you're loved by everything down here, so I mean, like I said,
my suffering is legendary even in hell, so it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But no, while I was down at the farm, we went for walks. I got to visit a bunch of the farms. I got to see donkeys, ponies. They have elk down there. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, all the animals. For me, there's really no better stress reliever aside from sex or food than getting to cuddle cute little bunnies and visit all the animals and that. I was covered in fat little rabbits.
While you're there, you can get all 3.
Not quite. We were working on the girlfriend, but no luck yet. So
I'm not that Scottish, thanks.
Yeah, well, no, you can't touch the lambs.
Neither can the ram.
You feel just like the poor ram right now because they're not old enough, so they're separated.
The ram, the billy goat, and me are all girlless. So.
Yep. But no, if there's any nice girls out there, Gendo's a real catch, I promise.
Or at this point, a nice female goat. I don't know.
Yes, and he does move fairly slow, so it won't be that hard to catch.
Actually.
Wait, Gendo, how old are you?
Old enough.
Seriously, how old are you?
Old enough to rock Who's Ever World?
20s, 30s, what?
I'm pretty much the same age as Mary, so.
He is.
Damn, you're 70.
That doesn't tell me shit. Come on, be serious.
Hey, everybody.
Not you whippersnapper.
Meet my new girlfriend, Betty. How's it going? Not bad.
Shit, 30s.
Do you know what the difference is between the Rolling Stones and the Scottish Farmer?
Oh,
no.
Oh, here.
The Rolling Stones have a song, "Hey You, Get Off of My Cloud." The Scottish Farmer is yelling, "Hey McCloud, get off of my you."
Oh, God.
Chris?
You won't let me post pictures of him in chat, but I got the cutest
right.
pictures of him with the bunnies. Oh my god, though! I threw bunnies at him. I got one. You can hardly see your damn face, but I literally covered in bunnies.
Jindo, if this is close to your age range, go on JDate and hit over 35 and I'm married. You'll find some women there for you.
No, I'm not getting any foreign brides. No, thank you.
No, you don't want to. No.
Have you seen My Little Brony?
Yes.
No.
It's like, we can chat with my internet girlfriend. Yeah, that's how you get an internet girlfriend.
If he puts that he's married, he will get attacked.
No, he's
No,
not
Charles.
married.
Goes to JDate, goes for over 35 and never been married.
JDate is Jewish.
Yeah.
I imagine the Pickens is not particularly good, and I like Jewish women, but I can't imagine the Pickens being very good.
Well, are you circumcised? Are you circumcised?
What kind of question?
Well, you say you like Jewish women, and you know they like 10% off everything.
I'm the
White
No, I'm the forbidden meat.
God, you guys, seriously.
But no, actually, what are the Pickens like on JDate if you look for a woman who's never been married and 35?
Well, the odds are good. You'll find some, but the goods will be odd.
I think there's a good reason they aren't married.
I'll tell you right now, you got to remember the first rule of internet dating. That girl is an acronym for guy in real life.
Every time I've told him this too, because I've gone through some of his profiles, looking like that's a bot, that's a bot, that's a dude who's an asshole because he's gonna ghost you after he drags you in. And the same thing on Whisper. I did an experiment last night. It's all guys. There's no girls. It's just.
When I was younger, I met a few in the early 2000s via online, but I just came to the conclusion.
Oh yeah, but in the early 2000s,
not to communicate with people like that though. I mean, the percentage is so damn low.
Pretty much all of my girlfriends have been online, sadly enough. So.
Yep. And
or his friends have met him online and then kidnapped him because that works very well.
I'll tell you that I told you the story before about the one that I met online who chased me around the apartment with a broadsword.
That's like fun.
Why can't I meet a girl like that?
See, that's beautiful.
No, not when you find out. See, she believed that her two cats were actually vessels for Norse gods.
Okay, that's understandable.
I can roll with that.
Yeah, I can roll. That's perfectly normal.
And if the cats didn't like you, then she had to, take you out with this broadsword. And I got away, and a friend of mine thought it would be funny to give her a ride over to the apartment where I was living. And she ran up and down the hallways looking for me, carrying this broadsword like Highlander style. We're talking.
Is this girl still single?
Yeah.
No, actually, her cheese slipped off of her cracker, and she
married a magician.
No, but she did end up marrying a guy who didn't know how wackadoo she was. And
son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's managed to keep a rope around her left ankle or something. But yeah, no, this person was definitely,
Or she went out, dude.
Let me give you an idea. One of the reasons why we stopped getting along so well,
because the broadsword or before the broadsword.
Well, the reason she came after me with the broadsword is because she discovered through internet research that I was part of a CIA. I was part of a CIA commando group that was led by John Anderson of the band Yes, who was after her for something she did when she was in the Air Force.
Oh my God, I love where this is going. This is like the movie Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, and she figured out that I was sent after her to try and help these guys.
You were a sleeper agent, literally.
Yeah, it was a secret agent with John Anderson's CIA force, and
but why would they send you and not the Grateful Dead? Because everybody knows Jerry Garcia is really a hitman for MI5, and he's got a license to kill. So why would they send you and not him?
I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. But yeah, so that was the end of that relationship. The other girl I met from the internet was so paranoid about disease that I went to a concert one night, and when I came home, she made me strip naked on the back porch and washed all of my clothes in bleach.
No.
Because she was convinced that while I was at the concert, I contracted some horrible disease.
No, you should have licked the window and been like, I want to give you my disease.
No, what I did was I packed my car and said goodbye.
That's scary.
Yeah, internet people are a little weird. That's why I became one of them.
Real life people are weird.
I come here to feel normal.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I mean, there's a really great science fiction bar, like one block down the street from where I live.
You have a science fiction bar? We're moving to Vegas.
It's called the Millennium Fandom, and it is the most awesome sci-fi bar you will ever see, short of them bringing quarks back.
Nendo, now we know where to go to get you a date, so we got to go to Vegas.
But,
and I have somewhere to stay since my uncle lives
but
in the hill.
let me warn you ahead of time. The people that are in there, I went in there one night, and they were arguing about the role of about the raw deal that women get in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, and how they should be fighting for equal rights.
Oh, yeah, no, forget that shit. We'll take you somewhere else. Yeah. Take me. You want me to mix that shit up? Take me. Oh, it'll be fun.
No. They got mad at me because I was explaining to them about the political incorrectness of cartoons. And they were like, well, Superman's always been an American hero. And then, have you seen the cartoons from the 1940s where Superman flies to Japan and beats up Japs? Oh, that's not true. You're making that up. I whip out my phone and go onto YouTube, and I dropped it down there and made them watch it. And they're like, you should probably leave now.
Yeah,
just like
reality is a tool of the patriarchy, so.
Obviously, that's why I like to wield it so well.
It's so funny.
I'm still president of the patriarchy, unless Adrian wants me to post.
No, you're fine.
All right.
Oh, the boogeyman we have to invent.
It's fun, though, isn't it?
And yet we're still live.
How are we still live? This is going to get us all in trouble. Everyone gets fired this year.
All right, we'll let a little over 3 hours. I'll go ahead and stop the stream now. Good,
because you know what I'm going to ask you as soon as you stop the stream.
Purple.
There you go.
42. 42.
Pepperoni.
No, he promised he was going to tell me the answer. He said he had an answer. You had an answer for my riddle when we went offline. So
watch
okay. All right, folks who are viewing, catch you next week. Everybody else, hang on for a bit, I guess.
Bye. Later.